It's still doing the sound in the other window. Sorry. Okay. Live, live from Metropolis. It's Saturday night.
It's not as exciting when Marcelo isn't here, but
Marcelo here. Yeah, he usually does a good hype up. I'm so excited. We already have like some folks watching this. Oh, it's just Joel. Okay.
hey, still...
But I'm so excited. We haven't done an After Dark in a month. It's been like a whole month. I checked.
Did you tweet? I'll retweet it. I don't know.
Oh, I did. I'll tweet. I did tweet.
Because it's Saturday. It's not in the normal time.
No,
it's not our normal time. But what is our normal time? There's no
Friday.
normal time for the After Dark show. Right. Oh, a normal day.
The time is fine. It's the day. It's the day.
The day. No, it's just Joel. A little bit ago, I was doing a live stream on a friend's channel and realized I wasn't subscribed. And then I subscribed, and then the person doing tech was like, "Oh, we have a new subscriber." I was like, "Don't." And I was like, "It's me." Like, don't.
On that note, please make sure you're subscribed, Rachel.
I'm sure I am.
I think I have 2 accounts. I'm subscribed on both.
I'm pretty notification. Just don't worry about it.
All right, sweet. So, anyways, tonight we're talking about Superman. We're gonna stall a little to give Fathery time to get over here. But I'm joined by the wonderful Rachel, Joel, and my dear old friend from kindergarten, Manny. How's it going, everyone?
It's going well.
Very cool, very cool.
Wait, I guess you keep him in the Phantom Zone? That's what I should have said before. But...
I do. I do. He's my General Zod. Kneel before
you can't tell, but I'm kneeling. So, okay.
The Phantoms, is that where we'll get to that when we get to like, is that what that was? The Pocket Universe? Is that the Phantom Zone? I kind of thought
they're separate. They're similar, but
okay.
Oh yeah, I didn't think so. if they told me later,
Phantom
yeah,
Zone
it was.
Spins. It's cooler.
Yeah, exactly. It's a weird flat disc.
How long ago did Man of Steel come out? Like 6 years ago? Is it now 6 or 7 years ago?
No, I think it's
way more than that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, Man of Steel wasn't as well. Superman Returns was a lot longer than. I think it's 6. We should look this up, but
it says 2013. So yeah, that's
is it okay?
Yeah,
even
so
like,
that came out
because also you're forgetting about Batman v Superman.
Intentionally, I think
I did watch that once.
Same.
So that was 2016. So that was a little close.
That's a little closer. Probably what maybe. And then when did Justice League come out?
Let me see. 2017. So the last time we saw Superman, no, we saw him in Black Adam. Right?
I saw that clip on YouTube, but I didn't actually watch that movie.
I didn't
actually watch Justice League.
I don't remember anything about it. Like
I skipped Justice League because I was like,
he's also has a cameo. You don't see a face, but you see a cameo in Shazam, the first one.
Oh, and then also they're all in what's his face?
Peacemaker, sort of, not really.
One, yeah, aren't they?
Yeah. They don't see the faces, but they see the floating.
I mean, well, also like My Adventures with Superman is currently airing. Like,
yeah, Superman's big.
That's good.
Yeah.
There's also Superman Lois, which is my favorite Superman. Post
I watched
Superman, which
all of Smallville. But...
I watched a lot of Smallville.
I've seen it.
Yeah,
can
you hear me?
Smallville.
I can hear you.
We can hear you. You seem to be frozen.
We're just gonna have this permanent. You're gonna be like a permanent.
How do I get rid of? How do I get rid of that?
I don't
know.
Try
turning your camera off and on again. See what happens.
I was trying to do that.
Oh, let me see. I see. That's
that I have no more advice for you.
Sometimes you have to exit and come back. It is.
Try that.
It is a thing.
All right, I'll try.
We'll wait for you. We'll wait for.
Quick, discuss important. No, we won't do that. You're not mean.
Speak for yourself.
So it's been a while since we've had a Superman movie. In other words,
it has.
It's been a long while, but Superman certainly has not.
And how long since we had a good one? Superman 2, I think, was the last good one. But Superman 3
I like
weird.
I like Superman Returns.
I'm back.
All right, there you go.
Yeah, you're now. So excellent.
I remember enjoying Superman Returns and then rewatching it again as an adult and being like, "Oh no."
Superman Returns is funny. I thought I fell asleep because what happened? What happened in that movie? Then I rewatched it. I was like, no, it's just boring. I didn't fall asleep.
It's boring at the end. Like the last act is like super.
There are a few parts that are okay. I'm not trying to say there aren't a few parts, but overall, it was just kind of weirdly boring.
It tying itself to the Donner movies makes it like not.
Yeah, it's weird.
It works against it. Like it makes you.
That's not the actual problem. It's just that Superman just leaves it doesn't tell anyone, and it's just like
that seems.
All right, you're gonna solve all your problems. I don't know. It's just weird.
And then, well, okay. The problem. I'm gonna steal something from Kevin Smith, where he points out that when she's like, "Oh, I have your child," she doesn't remember sleeping with that man.
Yeah.
She should be concerned.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you know,
because
there's also the Bryan Singer and Kevin Spacey problematic issues too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So I guess maybe Bryan Singer just doesn't see what's weird about that.
He thinks it's a fantasy.
Yeah.
Forget. Yeah. Oh God, there's no lawsuits if people forget. But no jail time.
There's a thing where because people are supposed to be playing these other characters, that it's instead of getting Brandon Routh playing Superman, we got Brandon Routh playing Christopher Reeve Superman.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. It's
and don't try to do that. He's
like
untouchable.
And I like Brandon Routh a lot. Like
no, he is good. He's just don't be Christopher Reeve. You can't do it.
Superman as like his Ray Palmer's a little close to like what I think he would probably play Superman of.
I haven't seen it, but in the Crisis on Infinite Earth, did Brandon Routh get to redo his Superman in a way to like kind of make it his own or no?
Yeah,
he did. Okay,
yes.
Cool. I have to watch that episode.
Yeah, glad. And
I haven't watched that one either, but
also although half of that is people being like, "Why does he look like Ray?" It's weird.
Yeah. Oh, he's another character on the show.
Yeah. So Brandon Routh was already playing Ray Palmer on those shows.
Yeah.
So that they have to acknowledge the fact that he's a doppelganger for one of the other characters.
It's cool that like old Superman actors get to like still do stuff in newer Superman stuff. That's nice that they do.
I really enjoy Tom Welling in that.
Well, I didn't see the whole thing, but I did see clips of that hit me in the.
What happened to Dean Cain? I feel so.
He went off the right wing.
And what's great is he's like he made this statement about like how Superman's not, you know,
he's been like that for years
or whatever.
Yeah,
but then everyone like has been posting scenes from Lois and Clark that are like exactly like showing that Superman exactly is about that. I thought it was
colors. They kind of like pretty unceremoniously offed him on Supergirl.
Yeah.
By the way, Joel, is that Paperbacks from Hell on your bookshelf back there?
It is.
That's a fantastic fucking book. Yeah.
Is that an Asuk t-shirt?
Yes, it is.
That's great. Somewhere over there's an 7-inch from them, but
yeah, I got one over there somewhere too.
The beginning of a beautiful friendship.
Yeah, and it's all Greek to me. I'm all like, okay. Whoa, they're still doing fireworks in Miami. It's crazy. So you might hear explosions.
It's just 24 all year at this point. Luckily, they calmed down here.
July 12th.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, Bastille Day.
Well, on the 5th, they're cheaper on the 5th, remember? So all the unsold ones are.
Bastille Day is coming up, and we actually have a quite a nice little French community. Do you remember
what do they storm? What do they storm on
the Sofitel?
Exactly, he knows. See, there's a French hotel, and they do a huge like Bastille Day celebration on the day. So it's
I can see it from my house where I grew up.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Me too.
We live near.
So we always had 4th of July and Bastille Day.
Yep.
At least we have a reason.
Storm the Bastille. Vive la France.
To still be traumatizing those poor dogs.
By the way, we have a poll running on our YouTube channel for anyone who's watching, and you can join us in the chat.
I did check. I was already subscribed to this YouTube channel.
Oh, sweet.
Victory!
Sweet. Yeah. So far, the question in the poll is which is your favorite Superman? And I could only put 4 choices. So the choices were 78 Superman, Superman Returns, Man of Steel, and 2025 Superman. And so far, Superman 2025 has 100% of the vote. So
hey, so far the only one who's voted
gets my vote.
Who knows?
If you're in the chat, take a moment to vote. I should figure out how to pin that. Wait, let me switch to my other YouTube account, and then I can vote.
I just noticed it said Sohail Olsen. I'm guessing it's Jimmy Olsen, your husband from the movie.
He's my movie husband. Yep,
That's why he doesn't want to be with some, hot chicks. He's saving.
That's
himself
right. That scene when he's like,
no weekends, no weekend, Sohail weekend, Sohail weekend.
Just to give me
you.
Totally.
I think I maybe had the very basic thing of leaving with a crush on David Cornswet from the movie. I think we were talking about where we knew the actor.
Battery in the chat.
I've been watching that actor since he was a literal child, and so I think maybe that is like colored by. I'm like, objectively, he is a good-looking man now, but I was like, the child.
What was your first Cornswet thing?
No, sorry, for the actor that plays Jimmy Olsen, Skylar.
Right.
I don't know how to pronounce that man's last name.
David Cornswet, I discovered in that show, the Politician.
He's in Twisters.
Oh yeah, he got the news that he. But what's funny about The Politician is there's a scene. So he just a quick spoiler. He plays like the dead boyfriend of this character who's the politician in the show.
Yeah,
and he keeps dreaming about it. Like he keeps like fantasizing about the dead boyfriend. And at one point, he even says to him, "He's like, you look like Superman in the show."
Oh God, really?
Which is really funny because he does. He looks like he's.
To be fair, because that's Ryan Murphy's type. Is
actors who look like Superman.
Yeah.
So. Oh, cool. Father says Taylor has some theories about Jimmy that Sohail would like. I think. Ooh, can't wait to hear him. Father, where are you? Are you stuck at the in the North Pole at the at the Fortress of Solitude?
Oh, I think you were about to make a Texas joke, and then you went North Pole, and I was like, where's this going?
I bet there's a North Pole, Texas. It's just a really small town. You haven't heard of it.
There's probably an everything Texas.
Probably.
That's a different town. And everything North Pole, Texas, everything Texas.
I mean, there's the joke.
Miami, Texas.
The joke that's the absolutely true fact
Paris, Texas.
It takes less time to get from London, England to Paris, France than it takes to get from London, Texas to Paris, Texas.
I believe it.
So yeah. Well, let's get started. Hopefully, Father will come in to have the last word on this, but let's get started with our opening thoughts kind of on Superman. Rachel, why don't you go first? Oh, and he's here. Yes. So, Rachel, why don't you go first? And then, hey, Father.
Hey! It's drivey, Father.
I loved it. I don't know.
I'm in a car, too.
Yeah. Really I want to watch it again, obviously.
Me too.
But it was just like a really fun movie with really good actors and also had a plot that actually I had to get I was guessing a couple times oh, what's happening. There were twists and turns, which is kind of rare for superhero movies these days.
Yeah.
And I really I was talking about, I love David Cornswet. I also I loved Rachel Brosnahan. I was I want to be her when I grow up. Is she around my age? Don't worry about it. I don't know. I have the same name as her. It's fine. But it was also it was a movie that I love Superman, but I love Superman media that cares about Clark Kent. And I feel that's pretty rare, especially in the live action movies.
Yeah,
and
recently.
I loved that. I love the 70s movies. I care about Clark Kent more than those movies appear to in my head. I like when Lois is also into Clark and not just Superman.
Well, she probably meets Clark first, Yeah,
so. Exactly. That's one of my favorite things about Superman and Lois, the fact that they show her falling in love with Clark before Superman. But I love that this movie cares about that and cared about all the little characters. And the world felt very lived in a way that I don't think, especially a Superman movie that's basically starting a new universe, usually feels.
Yeah.
Right on. Manny, what about you?
I loved it. I think it felt fresh for a superhero movie, and narratively, one of the things I liked was growing up, I before you went to a comic shop and you got your comics at a newsstand, you would maybe pick up a random issue of Superman that maybe started on the second part of a story. The movie sort of felt like that. You when the movie started, stuff had already been going on, but you didn't really feel like you were playing catch up. Like that was like really smart writing on James Gunn's part to like sort of like just tell you, hey, 300 years ago, metahumans were here. 30 years ago, the rocket came. Like what you would read at the blurb, and like if it was your first issue of like Superman number 127 or whatever random number it may be, and the writing was clever enough for you to be able to jump right into that ride that the story's going on and understand what's going on. Like that felt really fresh, and I think the movie does a great job of creating a very lived-in world that felt very organic and natural. All the acting was great. The tone was perfect. I love that the movie sort of embraced like the silliness of like a lot of like the Silver Age stuff from Superman, like pocket universes and dimensional imps fighting in the background and no one seems to give a shit. You know what I mean? Like it was fresh. It was like it wasn't trying to put superheroes in the real world necessarily, but sort of put you into like the world that comic books live in, and I felt that was fresh, and I like that it wasn't afraid to wear its heart on its sleeve and all that kind of stuff. So it, no cynicism at all. And I think like, we kind of need that kind of entertainment right now, something hopeful. And I don't know, I came out of the movie smiling, and like, I still was smiling all day today, talking about it with people at work. And I can't say enough great things about it.
Sweet. Joel.
Yeah, it's a really good James Gunn movie too.
Yes,
even without Superman, it's just like I really like his movies, and the Guardians trilogy is amazing. They kept getting better, which it really shouldn't be able to do. You shouldn't be able to do that, and then retroactively make it all about Rocket and screw Peter, and not screw Peter, but he's not important. It's that was an amazing achievement with that third one and the holiday special, because then we get Kevin Bacon. But yeah, and then a good Superman movie for the first time since Superman 2. So that alone, I mean, because the comics are amazing and they write a lot of really good comics. Tons of authors. It's not just like one person who did it. And I haven't read them all, but I've read a bunch. And so, I was very happy they got Superman. They did the James Gunn thing by bringing in a cast of characters, and I seeing Mr. Terrific on screen was just kind of mind-blowing. I've only read it. I mean, there's cartoons, but there's always cartoons, and I like those movies. But a fun, I mean, Nathan Fillion, of course.
Yeah, bowl haircut and everything,
Yes, if you guys haven't seen Slither, get the DVD, watch it for the extras of Nathan Fillion screwing around on set. It is the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. That man, he's better than he usually is on screen. I mean, Firefly is great and all that stuff, but he's funnier than he usually is ever allowed to be, and he's got some really good stuff in this. And there's more to come, and that's great too. Yeah, it feels like a real world, and there's superheroes. They're known. The Justice Gang is hilarious, and Hawk Girl making that hawk sound, that was out of the blue. I mean, I don't know how many hawk. I mean, she's in like Justice League stuff I've read, but that was sort of out of the blue. And it's like, is she making a hawk noise?
Was she in was Hawk Girl in the Justice League cartoons from when we were like kids? Like
I don't remember. I think that was Hawkman.
Hawkman.
I can't remember.
Hawk Girl I've seen is like her in Legends of Tomorrow, and
she's been in stuff, but I can't remember
about the like tragic romance thing. It's very much
that's usually the setup, the extreme, reincarnation
with one of the Green Lanterns. It's with one of the Green Lanterns, right? Like
there usually is in Justice League.
In Justice League, in the Bruce film Justice League, they did a romance between Hawk Girl and the Jon Stewart Green Lantern, who's going to be played by, I believe his name is Aaron Pierce.
In the TV. Yep.
The TV. He was in that movie Rebel Ridge. That's really good.
In Legends of Tomorrow, she has the thing with like it's Hawkman. It's like her male counterpart.
Yeah.
And then also like he dies and then comes back, and then for a while she's like with Ray Palmer.
the idea is that they both reincarnate and they always find each other in their new lives and fall in love and get married, except like this latest incarnation of Hawk Girl is like, I'm in love with someone else actually. I don't have all these memories of being in love with Hawkman. So sorry, Hawkman, this Hawk Girl's taken, I guess. But who knows what they'll do with these movies? But yeah, I'll shut up. Didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're good.
No, because I couldn't remember all that. Yeah.
I like that you're in your shuttlecraft and you're.
Yeah. I've only ever watched the first season of Legends of Tomorrow once, and I was like, I remember Hawkman and Ray Palmer, and because I remember it's like it kept making Ray Palmer like the secondary love interest to many women, and I remember texting a friend, I was like, give Ray Palmer his own goddamn love interest.
I think Superman for me is like I think Superman for me is like really, really special because it's one of the first things as a kid. Superman's like one of the first characters as a kid that I discovered and like kind of like helped you as a kid to like build your character in such a way that you try to do good. No one's gonna ever be like as good as Superman, but like you always think like what would Superman do or whatever. And Christopher Reeve was part of that. Like my parents love those Superman movies. And every time I watch them, I always, even as an adult, I always see something like new and stuff like that. And then in my 30s, Superman Returns came out, and it was kind of like special in its own way because it the movie is not as great as those originals, but it had like I think like I really like the idea of like this Superman that kind of had like gone off on his quest to go do something and then disappeared for a while and then came back, because in a way that kind of, at least for me in my 30s, it's like a time of like renewal, like you're kind of like finding yourself, and that was something relatable about that.
But if you go find yourself, leave a note that you went to go find
yourself. That you're and
it's just polite. It's just polite.
And don't erase the memories of your girlfriend that you.
It's like you went out for cigarettes and never came back.
Dad's coming back any day.
And then the memories of your girlfriend in case she gets pregnant. It might want to know who your father is.
And then the next iteration, Man of Steel, was like pretty cool too. Because I guess Superman Returns was like late 20s, but like Man of Steel would have been like early 40, like mid 30s or whatever. Whenever.
Where's the graph? I want the.
Yeah, we need the graph. But like Man of Steel was the first Superman that was like totally it was a reimagining of it had like similar things, of course, like the whole Krypton. Like it showed us this like spectacular new Krypton, like that was very like techno-organic or whatever, in a different way. Right. But then, and I thought like that Superman was cool because he had like a lot of angst and stuff like that, and like he was very like he was like a sad kind of Superman. I don't know, he was like a different Superman.
Well, there's a tragedy involved,
but ultimately Superman like that. Ultimately, that Superman iteration left me like wanting, and like we've talked about this at length with Fathery and you all here about how like like he wasn't able to not kill, like, and there was just it was like a destruction porn, and like the movie's just like over the top in that way, and like I think that's where it like lost its way.
Yeah, I was gonna say that destruction porn is very Zack Snyder. Like
just telling you about what I was talking about earlier. Yeah, my least favorite thing about Man of Steel is it kind of forgets that Clark Kent is a person.
Yeah,
right. That's true. Yeah, exactly.
Which is too bad because Henry Cavill he's so good, but
Henry Cavill is a good actor. If they had let him play Clark Kent,
and he cares about these kind of things.
He loves Superman. Yeah,
he's also a nerd and stuff like that. Yeah, absolutely. So, but I mean, again, that was an interesting iteration and that whole like period. But it wasn't, DC was just not as interesting as Marvel at the time. For me, it was like I thought DC just kind of like had one tone and that was it, and it was just like blah blah blah. So then I was excited to hear that they were making a new Superman, and when James Gunn was attached to the project, I didn't really know that he was the best choice or not. But clearly, after seeing
he's
it, now,
always the best
he's
choice.
Like the best choice ever. And this Superman did what I feel like no other Superman since the original has done, in the sense of like capturing the character and the spirit of like who Superman is, who Clark Kent is, and then also Kal-El. It's a great way that they did this whole tri-dimensionality to the character. And I just like felt I was totally drawn in. I never like got distracted one moment. I didn't have to go to the bathroom. I didn't like, and just like there was a vibe in the audience. Like everyone, I felt like everyone was just like aligned and everything like that. And then my favorite thing about the experience, I was telling some folks, is that afterwards there was so much chatter. Like the audience was alive with chatter, and you could tell when you hear chatter, like what kind it is, whether it's like people like, oh, I got to get to my car or whatever, or this movie sucked. But no, this was like, you could hear questions and like younger people like going, oh, that was this and that was that. And like people making all kinds of connections.
Happy
just,
tones to the voices.
Happy tones to people's voices and stuff like that. And it just like made me feel like feelings that I hadn't felt in a long time. Like, you know, like I'm a person who's like, you know, kind of, I try to have like an even keel, but I'm heavily influenced by like, you know, external things, especially media, which is what I love, like watching, you know, movies and TV shows and stuff like that. And it's been, and it was just like the kind of refreshing kind of like themes and like themes of empowerment and addressing things that are like current, but also universal, in the sense that like these are things that, you know, I feel like we should always keep in our hearts and stuff like that. So it re-energized my spirit, and in a way that like I was not expecting. And that's, I think, the thing that I loved the most about this new Superman. And I can't wait to go see it again. I'm gonna go watch it in 3D, then I'm gonna go see it again in this like you know, laser screen that we have in town. So I think I'll see it like 3 or 4 times before I'm done. I told all my friends, like, anyone who wants to go and needs company, I'm down to go with you to go see it. And so hopefully we bought Father enough time to come in and give his opening.
He's in the right room.
He's in the right room.
He's sitting there. He is. He's shutting his phone off, I think. So.
Yeah.
So I think we need to say that, yeah, Sohail, you're a good boy, just like Crypto, who we managed not to mention till now, which is amazing.
You're right.
Yeah.
He was one of my favorite things.
Oh my god.
I knew that would be.
Manny's always, as long as I've known Manny, he's had a pet like dog, and like you like, so it's like, oh, he's gonna love Crypto. It's gonna be so
awesome. I knew James Gunn could, obviously Guardians has shown. He's had multiple. We've got Rocket, the Russian dog. I can't remember in the third one.
Cosmo.
He says I'm not the good girl. He says I'm. You know, oh God, you broke my heart. She's a good girl.
I do halfway through that movie, I was like, I would die for Crypto.
Of course, just the trailer. I was like, oh yeah. It's so hilarious when he's hurt in the beginning, and the dog is like, "Let's play." And he's like,
"Which is what a dog might do." Like that. Like you have to.
Honestly, so relatable. The amount of times I'm tired and Thomas has jumped on me like, "It's time for play."
It would be if I wasn't near death, but
yeah.
James Gunn based Crypto on his own dog Ozu
that he adopted.
Yeah. I saw pictures of the dog.
And I love the dog is like, he's acting like a real dog.
Yeah,
totally.
You love them, but they can be real pains in the ass sometimes.
The nipping at the heels, and even if you got, I mean, he's got super
crazy, and you want to be like, you know, like
you're adorable. But
are they selling? Are they selling the super capes? Oh, here, let me get Fathery actuals here. Hang on.
Yeah, not the. There you go. Widescreen Fathery.
Widescreen Father.
Before it was skinny.
I was
TikTok
looking up if they have stuffed animals of Crypto, and they do. But honestly,
or like capes for your dogs or cats.
Oh,
that
they
would be amazing.
I'm sure we're already selling.
I'm sure those always existed, but
Father, give us a mic check. Are you here? Are you here?
Howdy.
There we
go. You sound good. All right, Father. What are your opening thoughts?
The Super Maniac himself.
The Super Maniac himself is here.
I thought this movie was okay. I thought it was kind of neat. No, I loved it. I absolutely loved this movie. As someone who, the older I've gotten, the more and more I've appreciated the character of Superman, to the point to where around 10, 15 years ago, I started saying, like, hell, he's my favorite fictional character in, like, all of existence, because he is, like, the one guy, if I could pick any fictional character to, like, come be in our real world. Like, who the hell else are you, like, who are you gonna pick? Like, Atticus Finch? Like, Atticus Finch ain't gonna, like, he's a cool dude, but he ain't gonna fucking, like, save the world, you know? No, I love Superman. I think he's kind of like the culmination of like the ultimate like hero myth, you know, like all of these legends we've been telling all of human history about like Jesus and Samson and Hercules and King Arthur. That's like
Moses,
he's like the final product, the convert. And
didn't Grant Morrison write a whole book about how superheroes are the
it's called Super Gods. It's a great book.
I haven't read it, but I know about it.
And Grant Morrison's like All-Star Superman was a big influence on the movie, and
and the question I have is, if you read All-Star Superman, read the foreword, what does Superman think? The one he talked to before he wrote that book. That's the question I want to know. Because he ran into some guy who's dressed like Superman, and he asked him some questions.
There's a documentary about Grant Morrison called "Talking with Gods," where he says that while he was thinking of how to write All-Star Superman, he was at San Diego Comic-Con, and he saw this guy dressed like Superman, the most real Superman he'd ever seen, and he approached him, and he's like, "Can I ask you something?" And this guy started talking back to Grant Morrison as if he was Superman.
Yep. Just reading that forward. Forward or afterwards in the trade of All-Star. I can't remember which one.
Hey, Miss Taylor.
That was always amazing to me.
Yeah. And, Grant Morrison believes in all that chaos magic, like, manifesting your own like beliefs. And it's almost like he willed that to happen somehow, and
he willed Superman into existence.
Yeah.
Well, we'll carry on, Father. You were saying.
I mean, like I have a lot of thoughts on this movie that like I'm sure we can delve into as they come up. But I want to pass the mic to Taylor in a second and get her thoughts. But just long story short, I did very much love this movie. I did like a little write up about it, a non spoiler description.
Pimp your next Supermaniac show right now.
Yeah.
We will be talking about it on the Supermaniac stream that I don't do a very good job promoting.
That's why I'm trying to help.
Thank you.
That's what we're doing, Father.
But yeah, on Monday evening at 6 p.m. Central.
This After Dark is sponsored by Supermaniacs.
Sure, yeah, absolutely. We'll sponsor the hell out of this. I'll go into a lot more detail then, and then probably for the next several weeks, me and my co-host Mike Riojas, who's also a diehard Superman fan.
He is great. He's great.
But just to segue on what y'all were just talking about, Grant Morrison, who his work All-Star Superman, one of the arguably the greatest Superman comic book stories, but definitely one of the best ones, and one that I would encourage people to seek out. It is kind of weird, but just go into it expecting kind of a weird Superman story with gorgeous Frank Quitely art. But I want to point out, not only does this movie borrow from his work, as well as a lot of other Superman stories from comics and other media, but they quote Grant Morrison talking about Superman himself, when Grant Morrison has talked about how in the modern age things are so dark and cynical and hopeless, and everyone does have such kind of a negative attitude, and it's kind of like beaten down by society to only look out for themselves and not really care about their fellow man or fellow person, I should say. And what's the actual like resistance to that? What is actually punk rock AF in modern day? Is to reject that and to care about the greater good and care about your fellow human beings and see the beauty in all of them. And they quote what Grant Morrison says in interviews in this movie. They have characters quote that when Lois and Clark have that conversation about like what's the real punk rock. And so I am so relieved and thrilled and satisfied and validated and all of these things that I'm feeling now, because this is the frickin' Superman movie that I have been asking Hollywood to make since this modern superhero craze started. Like back when we were getting, the
X-Men.
The Raimi Spider-Man, the Singer X-Men, like all of that stuff. Like they should have done this in like 2005.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they were a little late getting to it, but I'm so happy that we have it now.
If they'd struck the anvil after X-Men 2 and X-Men 3 kind of sucked, if they'd struck the anvil then,
I mean,
they really could have done something.
I think they thought they were, because they were like, we've got the director from those, and yet
they were like, Yeah, they were like, we're gonna go get the X-Men director, and he was like, you know what? I really like the Christopher Reeve movies. I'm gonna make my version of Superman 3. And it's like, well, good for you, Brian, but also kind of like, fuck you. That's not what any of the rest of us were asking for. You irresponsible jerk. But I'll shut up now because I could talk about this movie for all night.
That's what we're here for.
This is a super celebration. So, Miss Taylor, what were your impressions of the movie?
I really like it.
How many times have you seen it?
3. We went to see it.
Oh my gosh!
I'm still at 1. But
yeah, I like it more and more each time I see it. I see more and I hear better each time. So that does help. I think
the wrong one. Sorry.
You ate mine.
There's some super villainy happening down here. I don't know.
It's fine. Anyway, I was really impressed with this movie. I thought it was really fun. I was surprised to cry multiple times in this movie. Like I was very touched with like Lois and Clark's relationship, but also Clark and Pa, like their conversation there, and when Lex murders Malik, like that was very sad. That every time we see it is very
little
hard.
crypto.
Hey, miss.
But yeah, I really enjoyed this movie more than I thought I would, and I think this version of Superman is easily my favorite. Like I like the Christopher Reeve Superman, but I didn't grow up with that, so I'm not like strongly attached to any specific Superman.
It's awesome that this is going to be a lot of people's first Supermans.
That's how
I've seen.
It will be.
I've seen so many.
First Superman in a way.
That's so cool. And
my
like
nephews love the original. I introduced them to.
Oh, right on. Have they gone to see this one yet? Have you gone with them? Are you
going
to
go
see it with them?
though. Yeah.
Okay, sweet. In the theater, there were a lot of younger people.
1 in a week, so he's a little young to take.
Oh yeah, he's not.
Howard, take him. It'll absorb.
But there were a lot of young people that like you could tell it was their first Superman on big big screen Superman, and I think that's fantastic. I also love that David Cornsweet, the actor who's playing him, and I feel the same about like I feel like in the same situation like all the actors who have kind of played Superman up to now have the same kind of like they try to be Superman, like, which is so cool, like and I think that's like one of the neat things about the casting of Superman. David Cornsweet made this comment, like if he never does anything else and he's only known for Superman, that's like enough for him. And I was like, wow, that's like intense to say, like like it's pretty cool. But I think he'll be blowing up.
Oh yeah,
now that he's Superman, he'll be blowing up for sure.
Head over heels with this version of Superman when he like said "good golly" or something
at the very end.
At the very beginning.
But no, I just want to tell like a story about your reaction. Like everyone here saw the post-credit scenes, right? Where
I knew. I stayed. Yeah, I knew.
But the very last scene where they do the joke where Superman points out that the building isn't lined up exactly perfect, and
Mr. Terrific is like.
A guy who calls himself Mr. Terrific is, thinks highly of himself, probably a perfectionist, doesn't like to see his mistakes or his imperfections called out, and then like that reaction when it cuts back to Clark of like, gosh darn it, I can be such a jerk sometimes. Taylor turned to me. The first words that we spoke to each other after seeing this movie is she turned to me and she said like, "Oh, he's so cute." Like she just adored the sweetness of this man who I don't think any of the other modern movies.
No, they didn't.
Were able to present.
No. When he like rescued the squirrel.
Yes.
Oh my god.
When I call our cat Lady squirrel like, and I just really felt like I saw my cat in that scene. I was like, he just rescued Lady. Like, I love him.
And that's one of the things about Superman is like rescuing cats from trees. Like, which Superman was that, right? Like, things like that. Like, that's like a.
He could be fighting a supervillain. Like, wait 1 second, swoops down, gets the cat, goes right back to it.
I love that. That was so sweet.
This makes me teary-eyed now just talking about it. But I remember like what you told me about that. Was that you said that you were so happy when you saw that because you were so happy for me because you knew how much I wanted a Superman who would act like that, like in cinema.
Yeah, because that was such a cool fight scene because he's really saving so many things and people.
Yeah.
And you see what makes him special, not just like any superhero is going to be special if you just drop him in the real world. I mean, like, I love Jaime Reyes, Blue Beetle, cool character.
Yeah.
If you put Blue Beetle in like our world and he's the only superhero, he's going to be the coolest motherfucker on the planet. You know, he has like space armor and can fly around and shit. But like with Superman, if you put him in a world full of superpowered heroes and villains, he still stands out. That's part of the beauty of the character. That's like one of the best lenses to demonstrate his uniqueness. So I was so glad that this movie was like, look at how this superhero stands out among all the other ones. You know, that was beautiful.
No, I also love that thing. I can't remember what it's called. The creature that like Lex.
It's a kaiju.
Yeah, they never give it a name other than that.
It's just
they call it
it's a kaiju.
Yeah.
Like Godzilla.
Justice
a
Gang
novel
kills
creature,
thing.
or was it in the comic books too?
Like that Clerk was trying to either save it or like euthanize
it
peacefully to
take it to his zoo.
Yeah, and then everyone else was like, Clark, what the hell? But
they call him like a wuss.
Guy Gardner
I was
doesn't
like,
care.
man, that hurt.
Yeah.
And even Mr. Terrific, he was like, come on, man.
Yeah.
He gets so frustrated throughout this movie.
But I feel like
It's
Mr.
great.
Terrific, like in like I think another timeline maybe would have like been like, okay, if the other Justice Gang people are here, let's talk about this and figure it out. But I feel like it was like a
The Justice Gang is not the best place for Mr. Terrific. He's been better in Justice Leagues, but
because he was
comics. That's
easily
comics.
convinced by Lois to do better, you know. So I feel like he wants to do better more than Hawk Girl and Green Lantern.
I can see Hawk Girl coming around. Guy Gardner, though. Oh, God.
He's always been a jerk, and he always will.
Yeah.
Be,
that's who he is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get a refill of my drink, but
yeah, okay. We'll make
but
it show.
before I go, someone, and probably it's Father.
Has Manny made it show?
Manny's.
Let's give it to Manny.
All right, Manny, you're in charge. Make it show.
Manny, I don't think we've met, but you sounded cool as hell when I was listening to you in the truck earlier. So yeah, Manny, make it show.
Father, we meet Manny. Manny's my friend since kindergarten, if you can believe that. That's like how long I've known Manny.
The one that was
Man, he's a great dude to put up with you that long. Like I'm impressed that I've done it for as many years as I have.
He's like, no restraining order. Yeah, no lawsuits. That's amazing.
Again,
but I guess
the first thing I said when I joined that, and he said that before we started recording, I was like, as a military brat, I find that very impressive.
Set up whoever Manny and you guys, could you guys set up kind of like how this Superman is different from like the universe, the DCU, all that stuff? Just kind of like talk about that, because I have a lot of questions. I don't know, like I understand it's an alternate universe. It's like, but does it work like Marvel? Like there's Earth 616 and all that. Like how does all this work with this Superman? All right, make it show.
I mean, in the comics, DC was kind of the first to really start playing around with like the different Earths, and it was a way for them to get around like continuity problems, and then they figured out it was something that they can just kind of go with and have fun with and accept it all. And I know from what I've read, like they're keeping little bits and pieces of some of the stuff that came before, mainly stuff from like the Suicide Squad and Peacemaker.
Who was in it, of course.
Yeah, that James Gunn did.
Stuff James Gunn worked on.
Exactly. Yeah. And then of course Creature Commandos. I don't know if anyone here.
No, we watched it, which is
but
it's amazing.
Great, and that's canon, and he said, and anyone that voiced any character in Creature Commandos, if they ever make the jump to live action, will be played by the same actors. So
I'd be really interested to see how this universe grows. I know.
Yeah.
Like David Gordon Sweat in an interview, they were like, "Oh, when Batman comes in, he was like, I want to be an uncle type to the Robins," and I was like, "Yes."
Yeah.
I obviously like a lot of like the interior life of Superman, because I really like the Bat family, and so every time they were like, Batman only ever works alone, and I was like, clearly he doesn't. There is everybody.
A few movies, but
yeah. But yeah, I think that I think the idea of starting this movie with an already lived-in world is pretty genius, because Marvel had like what 10 15 years to sort of create this MCU, which I mean it's great. I love those too. But I think James Gunn figured out, was like, all right, so they tried playing catch up in the first time around when they did Man of Steel, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, let's try, and he's like, no, you know what, we're gonna beat him with a punch. We're just gonna start in the middle of the story, And I think that the superheroes and superhero universes and alternate realities and all that has become so mainstream that like I think that the public at large is ready to accept that.
Yeah.
You don't need to explain any of that.
Also,
And I think that's great.
I appreciate them being like, how Superman got here.
Yeah.
Let us just continue.
Yeah.
The very similar to the look. We don't need to see Uncle Ben die again. It's fine.
Yeah.
We don't need to see the pearls hit the ground in Gotham.
Yeah, exactly.
We really don't.
I loved that. Yeah.
The thing about the pearls that always annoy me is that's not how pearl necklaces are made.
It's true. They're special I'm gonna die pearls you put on and be like, no, it's okay. I'm gonna wear the I'm gonna die pearls. Okay. It's fine. It's fine.
Nice pearls when you put it on the string, they're
knotted in between.
In between them. So specifically that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the Waynes had to have nice pearls.
Yes. I do not. That only happens if you're wearing like cheap knockoff
fake pearls.
Like the strand of pearls
Maybe Thomas Wayne was a cheapskate.
Yeah. Or the theory I've seen is that she's wearing fake pearls because they get mugged so much.
Yeah. Right.
Did Rachel disappear?
Oh, Gotham. Yeah, I love you, but oh man, get mugged all the time.
Now Hill froze. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, right before Hill froze,
he's not frozen. He just does that. He's like.
I heard, did Rachel disappear? So I thought maybe it was just me, and it went, no, but everybody else is moving.
There you go.
There's not a problem with Rachel. There's a problem with the universe.
So I was looking at like crypto stuffed animals, and they're cute, except they all look too put together to be that dog from the movie.
Yeah, it's because that nice mutt look with the ears that are not quite.
They have the ear thing going on, but that dog, he looks like he went to a professional groomer. This dog in the
this dog's been to a professional groomer, but then he got outside, and it's
no one could handle that dog professional groomer wise. I'm talking about Jor-El and Lara. Mm-hmm. It's pronounced like that, Laura, right?
Laura,
I believe so.
Yeah. Laura rhymes with Kara.
What's funny, on the way there, I was talking to my friend, and I was saying, Smallville made me under the impression that Jor-El is supposed to be a bad guy.
Right.
And in this movie, and I went,
it's gone both ways in the comics.
I never can tell. What is his vibe?
It's gone both ways, which makes sense. I mean, it's been around since the 30s.
Yeah.
So you're going to explore every possibility eventually, and you should. But
in a lot of ways, a lot of my introduction to Superman was Smallville, because that's the show that just happened to be on when I was very young.
And what, for like 11 seasons or whatever it was?
10 years. It's like 10 seasons.
Yeah.
10. But 25 episodes. Yeah.
And my brothers.
The number of hours I watched Smallville. I enjoyed
it. But like
I watched it all. But
I'm the youngest of 3, and my brothers were really into it, so I was like, I want to watch what my older brothers are watching.
Like, just to put it in perspective, though, like Smallville premiered the year that 9/11 happened, and then it ended at like the year that I don't know, what's something that happened in 2012. Like
the end of the world.
Obama.
End of the world.
Mitt Romney ran for president. Yeah. Like it spanned like a big chunk of time.
No one remembers that.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to think of something more memorable, but yeah.
Like, I vaguely remember the existence of Mitt Romney.
2012. It was the Mayan end of the world. Yeah.
I mean,
here's when we were all worried.
This doesn't. 2012 to me, when I graduated high school, but I don't think that's the helpful thing for anybody else.
This is how long it ran. I was in high school when Smallville started, and then Rachel was in high school when Smallville ended.
Bum, bum, bum. Yeah.
I did not watch the latter half of Smallville.
You didn't miss much.
I watched it through the end. Through the stupid gum episode and everything.
I watched more than 5 seasons. I'm not sure exactly when I stopped watching Smallville. It was kind of a slow taper off.
You probably could, if Michael Rosenbaum wasn't on, you probably could stop. But
I think that is around the time.
Do y'all know Rosenbaum did a voice cameo in this movie?
Yep.
Oh no, who was he?
I'm pretty sure I told you, Father.
One of the
Raptors.
One of the Raptors, but I don't know which one.
I haven't. I have to rewatch to listen.
I think I know though. I think I there's one line that I think it might have been what went to him, but it's during the prison escape in the anti-proton river, which I'm just like I'm so fucking thrilled that there's like an anti-proton river in a Superman movie.
Yeah.
But when the two Raptors, they say kill him while he's still weak. I think that might have been Rosenbaum.
Okay.
But I could be wrong.
I haven't seen it anywhere in the YouTube videos I've watched that nailed it to a specific thing yet, but
Yeah, and I haven't looked at like any videos that like recap all of the Easter eggs, but I know that there's.
I watched one, but it didn't have that.
I was trying to get what like cameos I noticed. I mean, this you saw him, but Sean Gunn was supposed to be playing Maxwell Lord. That's what that thing.
Yeah,
is, right?
he for sure is. Yeah.
You see him at the end when he says, "Oh, finally something that all the liberals and conservatives can agree on is that Lex Luthor sucks."
Sucks. Yeah.
I had to explain to my friend that like. When I was like, "Oh, it was Sean Gunn," and I was like, and then he was like, "Oh, what do you know him from?" And I was like, "Gilmore Girls," but also he's in Guardians of the Galaxy, and like,
I know James Gunn because he's the brother of the guy from Gilmore Girls.
That's originally how I knew James Gunn.
It's true because he was just doing Troma at that point.
Yeah, I knew him from I knew him from Tromeo and Juliet because
but that's pretty niche and
yeah.
Brother from the brother of the guy from Gilmore Girls, ex-husband of from The Office,
Jenna Fisher.
From Jenna Fisher.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh wait, he's famous now too.
Indeed, from Stars Hollow to the Metropolis. I screwed that up.
But speaking of Sean Gunn and Maxwell Lord. James Gunn has teased that he has an idea for the next movie that he wants to do after this, that it's not going to be Superman 2, but it is going to kind of spin off of this movie. And I've seen people speculating like, oh, is it going to be like a Superman and Batman movie together? Is it going to be like the World's Finest?
Look,
I saw that.
I love that, except the last time we did that, it went very badly.
I don't think that's what it is, though. I don't think that's what it is. I think he's wanting to do a what was called Justice League International in the comics. I'm sure Manny knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
those were cool.
But it's a very comedic take on the Justice League. Guy Gardner is a big part of that. That's why they had him here. They were like trying to represent that JLI energy. Maxwell Lord is a big part of that, though. Blue Beetle, not the Jaime Reyes kid that we saw in the movie a couple years ago, but there is an older Blue Beetle who they mentioned in that movie. Ted Kord is part of that. However, Gunn has said that he wants to keep that actor as Blue Beetle in the new DCU.
He was good.
That movie, like a friend group and I, we watched it later after, and then we were like, oh, this is significantly better than we thought it would be.
Yeah.
Like, we really enjoyed it.
It was supposed to be a straight to streaming movie. It was so good they released it.
Yeah. But I think, if they brought him in, if they bring back Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner, they could do like a really cool JLI. I don't know if they would call it that, Justice Gang, whatever. But do something in that Hall of Justice building, which I think is actually a train station in Cleveland.
Yeah, I think Cleveland. Yeah.
As long as they do the scene where Guy Gardner mouths off to Batman and challenges him to a fight. And he's like, I'll even take off the ring. Let's go. Yeah. And then Batman just walks up to him and punches him once and knocks him on his ass. It's a famous panel. It's just him punching Guy Gardner and everyone just laughs at him.
Do we think they're going Robert Pattinson Batman, or do we think they're doing a new Batman?
They're not doing Pattinson.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I doubt it.
That's because Matt Reeves wants to have that Batman in his... It's kind of like he gets his own pocket universe.
Yeah.
And Elseworlds,
Yeah.
But I get that, that Batman is a very grounded, real-world detective, I
get it. It's hard.
He wouldn't work as well in this very fantastical world where there's been, aliens and monsters.
For 300 years, yeah.
And then, the last time, obviously, the Dark Knight movies are really good, but when they tried to be okay, the Dark Knight movies are successful, let's do all of DC in that tone, it doesn't work.
No.
That tone doing Batman solo projects and none of the rest of these comic book movies.
Yeah. Well, and I know he said that he wants he's being very careful as who's directing the movies. I know the next movie is the Supergirl movie.
Yep.
And that's based on a recent storyline by Tom King.
I haven't read that one yet. It's supposed to be
good.
Excellent, but yeah, that's what I heard.
And I know the director of that is forget his first name.
I read it. I can't remember now, but
it's either Craig Gillespie or he's the guy that did La La Land and someone who. No,
I can look it up here.
No, I know.
While you look that up, I missed the part. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
He's whoever did the Supergirl movie, because the movie's already done or pretty much done.
It's shot.
Yeah, Craig Gillespie.
Yeah, he's someone that
that.
doesn't usually do these kind of movies, you know, like. So like
he did
that
Fright
alone
Night
is
remake.
gonna bring something different.
Oh, that was good. The Fright Night remake.
I was just talking about that last night with after you guys left that Discord. Yeah, he did the Fright Night remake.
That was better than
was
it should have been.
surprising. Yeah,
He did I, Tonya.
Yes, that was excellent.
That was good.
He did Cruella too. I think that was the biggest probably box office.
What was the thing you guys were talking about? So Jor-El and Lara, are they?
If you
like,
wanted
like,
to know, you should have.
I was trying. I was resetting
I-
my internet. But like,
And I went.
what was it like? What was the
They
deal
were like
with
more
them
evil
being-
than they usually are.
Yeah,
Are they like
kind
the
of-
dark tone of
I kind of thought it was going to be revealed like, oh, there was a translation error. Like,
Well, I think it's still up in the air. I've
I
seen
think it could
YouTube
be.
channels say it's like, I doubt that's real. I bet Lex took
Like, I
an
can-
actual message
so-
and then like
I could even see like that's how Lex
it's
read
still
it,
stuck up in the air. It's not 100%.
but then it's going to be like.
But the comics
oh,
have done both. They've done evil
Yeah.
Kryptonians. They've done
Because
nice
both
Kryptonians.
versions of the films that have done like the backstory paint them to be so like, magnanimous and like
utopian kind of like
and stuff like that. So that's why I was wondering like why
Well,
this
the
is
thing
more
is-
comic accurate, I guess. Is that what you guys are saying? Like,
No,
It's gone both ways of the comics.
Yeah, it's gone both ways.
So like, I remember when I watched Smallville, Jor-El came off as a villain to me in Smallville, at least early on.
oh, okay.
And I remember,
I think he's more in the middle in Smallville.
Yeah, I think it's the middle, and he's
He's
very
not totally evil.
I was
but-
also like literally a child when Smallville was on, so like
Yeah.
these early seasons. So I was like me trying to interpret this character, and he's very cold because he's like the hologram. He has like no emotion. And then my brother had to
Joel
explain to
doesn't
me-
like the Dukes of Hazzard guy. Oh no.
Yeah. And my brother had to say like, no, this is kind of playing against type. But then I was like, I don't know. They keep going back to that. So now
Who
I'm
plays
like,
Jor-El in Smallville?
I can't remember offhand.
That's
Terrence Stamp does the voice. Who was
is it
Zod in
Julian
Superman
Sands?
2.
Is Julian Sands Jor-El in Smallville?
Was he?
well,
It looks like Julian Sands. He looks
I don't
like
think
Orlov
it
Julian
is.
Sands.
himself, dude?
That would be so cool. I don't think it was.
I don't.
Hold on.
No,
I love Julian Sands.
It was
I
Terrence Stamp doing the voice, and then when they did a flashback to him, it was Tom Welling playing him.
Yes.
okay, yeah. That's
There
right.
was like a couple different.
Oh, it's Evildoer is the image that came up. That's who Julian Sands played. Someone named Evildoer.
They also, because I remember
I love
reading
Julian Sands.
somewhere
He's
they were
very
going
good.
to reveal
Rest in
that
peace.
like
but-
I remember reading somewhere their plan was they were going to reveal that Christopher Reeve's character was actually Jor-El, then Christopher Reeve passed away.
yeah, because he showed up in the wheelchair a few times.
Yeah. And they were
And
going
they
to
played
reveal
the
that was
theme
Jor-El.
and
and then
they cried, and yeah.
I guess I should watch Smallville. I never really watched it when it was
It has some
out.
solid
Ta-
stuff, man.
Taylor is watching
There's a lot.
Smallville now.
Oh, right on.
We're like we're almost done with season 1. She's seeing it for the first
Okay.
time.
Rosenbaum's so good as Luthor, though. He really kind of steals.
I
the
mean, you're
entire-
still at where Smallville's
Yeah.
really good, so.
Yeah.
Rosenbaum was like one of the best Lex Luthor actors.
He is.
So
You know,
good.
we-
So
But
good.
I think the one thing I'm sure of in this movie, I don't want to be like, oh yeah, David Cornswet is just as good as Superman and Clark
Yeah.
as Christopher Reeve, because I don't know if I really believe that. Like I need to like wait like a year and like
Yeah.
sit on
Or,
it,
like,
That's
See
fair.
his
But-
next movie, yeah.
But one thing I can say now without a doubt is Nicholas Hoult is my all-time favorite live-action Lex.
Yeah,
He
he's
was great. Yeah, I
So
was,
good.
I was about to say we haven't brought him up, and I mean-
so like
He was great, but I don't know if he can beat the original.
You
So-
mean Gene Hackman?
Yes, whose name I couldn't remember, so I didn't say it. Yeah.
Because I like Nicholas
so
Hoult
good.
so much more. He represents so much more what I like about Lex in the comics.
I know, but I judge Lex by one thing: how he says "Miss Tessmacher," and so he
that's fair.
he didn't
I
get to say
did
it.
He
not-
doesn't do that. But
This-
when he screams at her, it's more like it was scarier and more disturbing because it felt like a realistic asshole boyfriend, like yelling.
He could kill. I mean, he locked her up in a pocket universe.
Yeah.
I mean,
No, he reminded me more of like the people I see my friends dating that are like, no, come with me, no. Like
he was
red flags.
I kind of like this whole like tech bro.
Also, they did the tech bro Lex Luthor so much better here than Batman v Superman.
Yes.
Yes.
Jesus,
that was
Christ!
Yeah.
How the hell can someone like watch?
Fuck that up. Yeah.
How can someone like look at this movie and then be like, no, I liked that BVS stuff better. I want to go back to that Lex. What the hell?
Let's give some senators some piss again.
What I liked about Nicholas Holt's Lex is that it's a clear attack on a certain type of individual that exists in reality, and it's like so there's like no doubt about it. Like it's like
actual villains.
This is like, and I like that article someone wrote the headline. I saw just the headline. I haven't read the article yet, but like where it's like the thing about the new Superman is that there's actual super villains that are in our world, like, which is crazy.
Yeah.
So, I also like that, like,
and it's great that they identify clearly like that person. You know, like
the plan was like very like grounded as this movie could be, but then it was like also at the end they're like, nah, he's still Lex Luthor. He wants to be the king of a nation.
Yeah, he wanted him. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
it was all about real estate again. Except it wasn't. They reveal in the end that that wasn't his actual motivation, which I did appreciate. I did not want another real estate scheme Lex.
Right, like
one thing
like that,
you pointed out to me about this Lex too was when Mr. Terrific is like discovers the pocket universe that he created, and he's like, this is so irresponsible. Like and he's like critiquing him as a billionaire like tech person.
Billionaires are currently burning up our planet.
Right. It was a very like realistic comic.
Make profits.
Sorry.
Yeah.
But also billionaires are getting involved in politics, influencing them with their money, like changing
to burn up the planet.
Right. Yeah. And all kinds of stuff.
I wrote something. Really... I'm looking at my review I wrote on Letterboxd, and there's one thing I'm particularly proud of. It was just like, I wrote that that the billionaire isn't a one-to-one with, because there's so many horrible billionaires we have in our world, but it's an all too common powerful person who wields everything he has for pathetic personal reasons. And I think I wrote correctly.
That's a great point. Liked that Superman and Lex were around the same
age. He's just
envious
for no reason, and he's willing to destroy Metropolis.
He has a fragile
just
because
he's sad.
Yeah.
And my buddy Mike, who I saw the movie with a bunch of people, but he pointed out something great was like that one scene at the very end when Superman busts in and like Lex realizes that everything falls apart. He just runs away like a coward, and he gets caught. And he's like sniveling and crying, and like he's like a child, like he's not emotionally mature, like
money insulates you from consequences.
Right. It's a total form of entitlement. He thinks he can do whatever the hell he wants. He has the government on his side.
And someone told him you can't anymore, and that he can't handle it.
Yeah, and he thinks if the consequences ever, if the shit ever does hit the fan, no problem. I'll just like run over here into my portal and escape. But he can't do that because this big blue Boy Scout flies in the fucking window and like literally like stands in his way.
Yeah.
That's such a powerful image too. When he's like the look standing there with his arms crossed.
Face, like that smirk where he's like, you're pathetic, man. You're like he was reduced to nothing. And I also love the little detail where they're gonna put him in Belle Reve, which is where Amanda Waller is. And
is he gonna be on the Waller show? They're doing or Peacemaker season 2. He could be in Peacemaker season 2 or something.
And she's the kind of insane person that will use Luthor.
Use Lex Luthor.
Can you imagine the two of them together though? Because they would both be like, I'm super fucking smart, but I could use you, but I know you're gonna try to betray me, so I gotta betray you first.
A lot of backstabbing going on.
Yeah. And like,
I'll let you build your green armor, but I'm gonna put a
I hope we see the armor. We need to see the armor.
Oh, they're foreshadowing. Like the Raptors are
are halfway.
They are the prototypes for his final suit that he's gonna build.
I also think it was like a really interesting choice that of like the main like 3 actors, Lex is the most famous.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
that, so
Nicholas Hoult,
like
yeah.
the famous person people should recognize is the most famous one, and it's also not that much older than Clark.
Yeah.
I feel like it's something really odd when there's a significantly older Lex Luthor, and he was like, "Why are you obsessed with this young man?"
I like that they're all around the same age. And that
Yeah, Smallville really corrected what had been
Mhm.
that
And even
age
Smallville-
discrepancy.
Yeah.
It works
And
so
even-
much better when
It
they're
works
the
much
same
better.
age.
Even Smallville, the age there is a little bit of an age gap.
A little bit, but it's
Honestly,
it
the
works.
only reason it's a little weird is in the beginning is like, why is Lex hanging out with these teenagers?
I say
Yeah,
that
he's like
every
21.
episode.
Yeah.
I'm like, why
It's
is he
Smallville,
talking
there's
to
not
Lana
much there to
Lang?
do,
Why
you
is
know?
Lana Lang like the manager of this whole theater?
Yeah.
Like she's 14. Like let's chill.
But Nicholas Hoult has said in interviews that he's looking forward to playing this character like a whole bunch of shit for years to come.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh yeah,
He
like
could.
if,
He was great.
if they keep this continuity going, like I could see some of these people playing these characters for like 20, 30
Yeah.
years from now, you know? Like
Mhm.
if they're young enough, they might be able to pull that off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, and Lex, like, I think if mainstream audiences mainly think of Lex as like, he's a Superman thing. I was like, no, he's just everywhere in the DC universe being annoying.
Yeah, I mean, there's
Yeah.
that great storyline that they could also do is when he becomes president. I mean,
yeah.
Lex Luthor becomes president.
God, I used to joke that
An asshole billionaire become
yeah.
president? Like that
So
would
Ooh,
be
yeah, wow, yeah, that doesn't happen.
I used to always say how unrealistic that was. I don't anymore.
Yeah.
Right? It's
I
like
don't-
everyone talks about the Simpsons being like the future. What is that like? Where they're making
Prophetic.
Predicting,
Prophetic,
yeah,
yeah.
prophetic,
It
yeah.
was
The
DC
Oracle,
universe.
the Simpsons is like the Oracle of Delphi.
Oracle of
Like,
Springfield.
you guys been paying attention to
The
the
Oracle
Superman
of
version of
Springfield.
that?
So
I'm
true.
being attacked by a cat.
Yeah, he's being feisty.
Lady, is she
No,
jealous
it's
of
No, it's
Tux.
crypto?
Tux. It's
Oh, Tux, okay.
I also, because this is mainly because I have like Wikipedia open
Wanna
to
be on
like
camera?
remember stuff,
Here,
and Nicholas Holt's American accent is so good I kind of forget he's British.
Yeah, yeah.
Because the Brits train in voice. American actors don't train in voice till they already have
I
jobs.
would say
Brits
not-
train from
Not
voice
all,
from the get
not
go.
all British actors actually have.
No, but in general, that's
I-
why they're always better.
One an actor I absolutely adore. David Tennant's American accent is bad.
Okay,
Let's
y'all,
Yeah.
talking
His
about
English
crypto.
accent is amazing.
His English accent is great.
y'all see how much bigger this cat is than this dog? Like this cat
Oh,
is
here, hold
this
on.
dog.
Aw.
Hello, kitty cats. And
You need to see
Amos.
how
You
big
need
he
to
is.
dress
Look at his
Amos up.
tummy.
You need to dress Amos up as Crypto.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, we
for
need a
Halloween,
cape.
You gotta get a cape.
We need a
There's
crypto cape.
there's a super cat too, right? Isn't that?
Yeah.
Isn't there like
And a
Like
horse
Streaky.
and a monkey and
wait, there's a horse and a super monkey as well.
yeah. When I saw the movie at the Alamo, like the Alamo does this thing before the trailers where they do like 30 minutes of like curated like
Yeah.
documentary footage about stuff, and they had this whole thing about all the weird animals that
Mhm.
have been in the Superman comics throughout the Golden Age. And there was a horse that eventually got turned into a man for a while and had like a relationship with Supergirl. I mean, Superman
What?
comics
Wait,
get,
is that Loki? Oh
The
wait,
horse had a
wrong comics. But
Superman comics get really weird in like the 30s and 40s and
Comic books are
upcoming-
weird. What?
Yeah, and again, the movie like embraces some of these
Oh.
concepts. Like, I was sitting there watching him like flying out of a black hole, and I'm like, this is awesome, you know, like. But yeah, Crypto was great, and James Gunn said that when they offered him the movie, he was having a hard time wrapping his head around it, and it was when he figured out that he wanted to work Crypto in it that he got an in, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
I mean, the movie literally starts with Crypto saving him. You know, like
Yeah.
Crypto is arguably like one of the third main character almost.
Yeah, I loved that intro where it just starts like
Yeah.
like kind of like high climax already.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah,
oh,
what is it? In medias res. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
It humanizes your Superman though. The first thing you see about this guy, the first thing you see about David Cornsweet Superman is like, oh, this guy can lose a fight. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm kind of invested now. I
Yeah,
want
yeah,
to
because
see
it's
more of this
boring
guy.
when he's just got
Yeah.
like in no
Yeah.
one else's.
And
yeah.
those details, like it's not just kryptonite that can kill him. Like when she says, like if you fill his lungs and they can't inflate and deflate, he's going to die, like any living
Yeah.
thing. You know,
Yeah.
like kryptonite's just the easiest way. You know, but there are other ways to kill him. You know, and he does need to breathe. He can't hold his breath forever. You know.
Yeah, it borrows from like the like the 90s era when I first started reading Superman comics. Was that like if he went into outer space, he would need oxygen.
He would periodically have to go somewhere, inhale, and then keep going.
That was the rule at the time, is that he could hold his breath for 1 hour. And they actually mentioned that in the movie. Someone says,
can he underwater or in space?
Yeah, so someone says, can he hold his breath for an hour? And then someone else says, not if he doesn't have any air in his lungs or something like that.
Yeah.
What they do seem to travel. They do seem to travel to other planets, like how Supergirl was at some planet with a red sun.
Yeah,
it's always kind of hand wavy, but that part.
But I also remember, like I don't remember if it was in it was in Superman Returns when the Jor-El hologram is talking about the 26 known galaxies and something like so. Yeah, there is like and it's again emphasized in Man of Steel where they're like the Kryptonians had colonies or like outposts.
Yeah, with the world engines that were like
that would go around and stuff like that. So it's interesting that they're kind of like already hinting at that there's going to be a bigger. I feel like Supergirl is going to be like the Guardians of the Galaxy of the of the DCU.
Yeah, it's going to be very Guardians. I don't know.
I feel like
I'm going to call it now. The majority of Supergirl, maybe all of it or mostly all of it, will be not on Earth. Just given like the comic story they're basing it on. And...
Yeah,
I'm hoping if they're like not on
Woman
Earth.
of Tomorrow.
I'm hoping if they're not on Earth, you get a little like Martian Manhunter.
Jason
Momoa
teased
him.
Lobo.
He was teased.
Momoa is Lobo.
Yeah.
I was going into this movie. I was really hoping we would see Millie Alcock as Supergirl, which a lot of people had like suggested that was going to be a thing. But I was also kind of hoping until we got to like the last post-credit scene, where we're talking about like the crack in the wall. I was hoping we'd get a look at Momoa as Lobo.
Yeah.
But I'm dying for that because. Like, when Jason Momoa plays Aquaman, I think he's good at that.
Yeah.
But he's basically playing himself. He's basically playing Jason Momoa. But Lobo is Jason Momoa.
Yeah, he's like this, like, partying biker dude, you know? Like...
He said that when Zack Snyder called him, like Jason Momoa says, like, yeah, like when Zack Snyder called me to, like, he said, hey, I'm doing a sequel to Man of Steel. We're going to really try to expand the DC movies, and we want you to be one of these DC characters. He was thinking, like, he's about to say Lobo. He's about to say Lobo. And then Zack Snyder said, we want you as Aquaman.
Okay.
Oh, okay, I'll do it. Yeah.
Because of Baywatch. Yeah.
But he was like, even Momoa was like, looking in the mirror, like, I'm clearly the Lobo guy. Like, who else in Hollywood is gonna do that shit better than I could do that shit? So
he's a tall blonde guy.
I love the idea of him. Like, I'm not turning down a job, but like, this is really not the right job.
And to be fair, I think Aquaman to this day, that is still like the highest grossing DC movie of all time. Right? Am I right about I think I'm right about that.
Maybe. I'm sure it's not if you like adjust for inflation, but
our text message audience is asking what we thought of the score for this movie and like how do we think of it?
It was great.
Loved it.
They got a call back to Williams, so I mean, yeah. It was beautiful.
I love how they
but the other stuff, it was great.
How they like incorporated the Williams stuff.
Yeah, they did.
But like there was a lot where I was like, oh, this is pretty, and I was expecting like not that I wanted them to do that, but I kept I kept expecting them to use the Williams rely on that way more
fully without quoting it kind of.
So no one ever brings this up, but the highest grossing DC movie of all time is Jason Momoa's Aquaman with a global box office of $1.15 billion. More than any Superman, more than any Batman, more than any Wonder Woman. Momoa is Aquaman.
That's interesting.
I never even saw Aquaman.
Because Patterson...
I didn't mean not to, but...
So, okay,
the movie came out pandemic era too.
I'm gonna speak for the general public who doesn't care that much about DC until recently. I was stoked about getting an Aquaman movie as a casual viewer because it wasn't Batman or Superman. I was like, fuck those guys. Yep. I'm sick of these stupid movies. And I was like, Aquaman, something new, something fresh.
Yeah.
And straight off of having Jason Momoa in Game of Thrones, and we loved him there. And so it was like, oh, I'm definitely gonna see this. Yeah. So I can see how that became the highest grossing because I think that hits a lot of
It was new. It was fresh. It was something
What?
like,
it was something fresh.
Like
and
women want to look at Jason Momoa, or actually, people want to look at Jason
People.
Momoa.
Yeah,
there's an audience for looking at Jason Momoa. That's.
I don't feel like it even has.
We have
like that. I just
Aquaman's
like,
husband
general,
right here on the panel. But
in general, like we wanted something different, like for once, like something that's not. Just...
But you're right. Yeah, it's like let's do superhero shit underwater.
Yeah, and yeah. I think we were just really burnt out on Batman. So.
Yeah, Batman's. We need it. I don't know. Anyways, Johnny Dome in the audience says,
where I want Batman, but I want the Bat family. Like I want a Batman who has children.
That's what I'm screaming right
now. I
like,
want Batmite.
Give me Dick Grayson. Give me Barbara Gordon. Give me Tim Drake.
My favorite Batman.
I want some Dick Grayson myself.
The
but,
Batman thing I read the most is Wayne Family Adventures. Maybe don't go that far into that. But
Damian Wayne is going to be in the movies. I know.
I heard that.
I also like. What I really like Tim Drake a lot. My fear is that they'll end up cutting Tim Drake just because like he kind of like if you're already starting at Damian Wayne, that like there's a lot of Robins to introduce.
Yeah, so
Tim Drake was my favorite.
I want Dick Grayson, Jason Todd, and Tim Drake to all be within the continuity.
I could see them doing a Jason is already dead and then introduce him as Red Hood.
Yeah,
and they're also doing that dynamic duo movie.
What? There's no 900 numbers to vote? Oh my God, that's wrong.
I think Sohail was asking who Damian Wayne is.
Oh
yeah, it was
Damian Wayne is the current Robin, and who is also Bruce Wayne's biological.
With Talia al Ghul.
Son? Oh, okay.
So he's Batman's son and Ra's al Ghul's grandson.
Yes,
that's a crazy.
And I'm trying to remember.
Oh, he's awesome and he's insane.
Damian was not like. Was created from like DNA, not from them getting it on, right?
They did get it on though.
They did get it on at a certain point.
Like Talia.
Talia definitely is.
Trigger warning. It's kind of rapey. She drugs Batman and then has sex with him, and then does. But yeah, she also like does like some weird like genetic experiments with their offspring and.
Because at some point. When I first learned about the existence of Damian Wayne, I knew he had like had a relationship with Talia al Ghul. I was like, oh, they had sex and they made a child. And later I found out that wasn't the case. I was like, why? Why did they do that?
But for the movies, for the DCU movies, like the way I would handle that is I would cast like a fairly young Batman who's similar in age to David Cornswet. Like get someone who can play like a 30-year-old. And just copy the Nolan thing. Just be like, oh, well, when I was traveling the world in my youth, training to eventually become a crime fighter, I did spend some time with the League of Shadows, and I met Ra's al Ghul, and I met Talia al Ghul. And Taylor, I know you hate this trope, but I think that would just be the easiest way to explain Damian, is just be like, Talia shows up with this kid and be like, hey, Bruce, this is yours.
We've been training him to be an assassin since the age of like 5.
Al Ghul's do not like birth control. It's just a family thing. It's just
to be fair, that is comic book accurate. No one knows about Davey until he's 10.
Yeah,
that's true.
Two things, two thoughts. One, I agree with Johnny Dome here. I like that the end credits, those two little end credit scenes, they didn't have anything to do with like future projects. It was
you could skip those.
You could skip them.
If you really have to pee,
you're fine.
Yeah.
If you really have to pee at the end credits, so just go, bro. Like you ain't gonna miss nothing.
We saw
about it.
The moon one we'd already seen. It was online.
Yeah.
And then the other thing was I hope that crack. Like I hope that I was 100% convinced when we saw Ultraman go into the black hole that was the origin of Bizarro Superman. Is that like something that
probably
I hope so. But
I think
he'll come back later and he'll be much older and like
the other thing they could do with that is they could send him to Earth 3, the Earth 3 universe, where instead of the Justice League, you have the Crime Syndicate. You have the villainous Ultraman. It's kind of like their Superman. And then you have it's Superwoman is like their evil Wonder Woman, and then they have Owlman is their evil Batman, and they run the Crime Syndicate. They're basically like this team of villains. They're like an evil Justice League who like rules over that world. But I would love to see him.
And Luthor's the hero in that world.
Yeah, he's a hero. Yeah. But I would love to see Bizarro. I was like, bring him back as Bizarro. Me and Taylor were talking about that, and I've been showing her the 90s Superman the Animated Series.
Which is great.
And she was telling me about like the David Corenswet clone character after they pull the mask off of Ultraman, and she was like, you know what, just to make this easier, I'm gonna call him Bizarro. So
yeah, we were saying that when we left the movie.
But he had the vibe.
Yeah.
Like I think the
Definitely.
way they portrayed him, he already had the vibe. Like I feel like that was like something like I was like,
well,
oh,
he
yeah,
was kind of mindless. They had to tell him what to do. You know, like he was calling all those coded messages, like basically controlling him like a fighting game. You know.
Surprised me when they took his face off and went, yeah, it's a Superman clone. That
I actually was surprised by that for the first, like even when he was unmasked, I was like, am I supposed to know who that is? Like
they went totally dirty 80s hair. Like
my facial recognition is so bad, and
he looks like Brendan. He looks like Brendan Fraser. For a second, I thought
he does.
Brendan Fraser.
I was like, actually what happened in my brain is I was like, is this Theon Greyjoy? Am I supposed to know who this is? And like it took me until they're like on the surface and it does a further away close up. Like, you know, they have the really, really close up and then there's like just him.
Yeah.
And I saw his eyes better and I was like, oh, okay. Now
only because I've watched so many Superman things that I know Bizarro is such an important character. And I went, yeah, they're setting up Bizarro.
Yeah.
I had watched enough online things that I knew it was going to be a clone under that. Because everyone thought so.
Well,
that was one of our theories on Supermaniacs.
Yeah.
We were thinking it would be.
Why keep his face hidden? I mean,
right. Yeah, I was thinking it was gonna be David under there.
Why had they kept his face hidden for so long? And he's just as powerful as Superman. Like, why is he just as powerful as Superman?
Yeah, with the laser vision and everything. Patrick Ollinger in the audience says, "Do you think we'll get General Zod again? Do you think that's?"
I don't think so. I think Gunn's world seems so colorful and so. I mean, like he has like some weird ass deep cuts from the comics.
He loves to do that. He does.
I feel like
how does the Zod come into the comic? Like, what was the Zod origin in the?
I know first from the movies before I read about him in the comics.
Yeah, he was. I mean, it was very similar.
I was very young.
He was imprisoned in the Phantom Zone before Krypton exploded, and he was like one of the few like mass murderer type criminals that Krypton had after they had achieved like their sort of like utopian like society. Zod was still like very much a fascist, I guess, if you want to call him anything.
He's
we have plenty of those. There's plenty of human elements of Zod in the
Terrence Stamp is so good as Zod that I've always liked Zod because of Terrence Stamp.
You know who I think would be a great Zod, though? And this is back when they announced that they were making this Man of Steel movie and Zack Snyder was going to direct it and Zod was going to be the villain. I always thought this would be good casting. But the Scottish guy in 300, Gerald Butler, that's his name, right?
Yeah.
Gerard Butler.
Gerald
Butler. The opera.
But I think he
would be that's right.
I actually think Michael Shannon is one of the best parts of Man of Steel.
Yeah.
As much shit as I like to talk about Zack Snyder, there are some things of Man of Steel that I like.
Snyder hired good people. It's just
Did he? Like look at his Justice League though.
Shannon and
Okay,
Cavill,
does anyone still like Ben Affleck, Gal Gadot, Ezra Miller, or Ray Price?
The bad people don't count as good people.
The only one of those people that we still like is like Jason Momoa, right?
Yeah. And Henry Cavill.
Yeah, Henry Cavill's
okay.
I like Henry Cavill. Yeah, it's true.
He
had a bad. He just got caught up in a bad.
He did.
Yeah.
And
you know who I think would be a good villain is Brainiac. I think
Brainiac.
But it's almost cursed at this point to bring Brainiac on screen.
But if you want to redeem Jor-El and Lara, you could just be like Brainiac hacked that message in transit.
Yes.
I think that James Gunn isn't going to want to touch Zod. I feel like he's got like
or have him be a minor part. He could be a minor part.
Yeah, because what I really loved about this Superman too was like we didn't get a whole lot of like the origin story. Like it's just like here's the new story and throw it in. Yeah. And I think James Gunn is really good about let's use some more obscure storyline stuff and not like beat a dead horse. So I feel like he's not gonna want to.
And he'll bring it in when it's poignant. Like I feel like he'll bring in like when it's like right at the right moment. Yeah, and they did it. They did that. Like I also just we have a question from our text message audience, which is, what does the panel think of the animated Christmas special with Damian Wayne, Merry Little Batman? Personally, my favorite Batman in TV movies in the last 2 decades.
I watched that. I watched it incredibly intoxicated, and I don't even know if I was conscious for all of it.
I didn't see that one.
I haven't seen that either.
This is, I have not seen that. Is it on HBO?
I have no idea. I've never heard of this.
It's on Prime, and it's very childish. It's very made. It's like a rated G. It's like a rated G story.
Again, I was just talking about how much I like Wayne Family Adventures. I can enjoy like more childish media.
It would be comparable to that, I would imagine. I don't want to diss it. I just want to be like, like the mentality I was in when I watched it. I am not qualified to review it.
It seemed good when I was off my rocker, but yeah.
Speaking of Brainiac, I have here a sketch that Tim Burton made of Brainiac, provided by our text message audience.
Oh wow! Oh, is that when he was attached to direct the Superman?
Nicolas Cage movie. Yeah,
that was the Nicolas Cage, the Superman we never got.
Written by Kevin Smith.
Honestly, looking at that thing, I'm fine not getting that movie. What the fuck?
Probably fine. Wait, where's the giant spider?
That thing belongs only in Beetlejuice, Tim.
Yeah.
I like it. I think, but it is scary.
No, I told Sohel that Taylor had some theories about Jimmy.
Oh Olsen. Yeah, Jimmy Olsen, my husband in the movie.
Am I allowed to say these things?
This is after dark. You can say whatever you want.
Yeah, you can say whatever you want.
I clocked
we
Jimmy
are off
as...
the rails.
I clocked Jimmy as gay immediately.
Yes.
So I think he's gay, and I think that all these women are fawning over him and stuff is like not a joke, but there's something weird that's like, because he's not into any of them, and he doesn't.
No, he really isn't.
That Eve is hot. Like he even says like hot. Like he doesn't even see it. So I think it's very coded as like he's not into women.
Coming home to the in-universe Sohail character.
That's right. Who wears him out. Where's Jimmy Olsen?
I talked about this a little earlier with that actor in particular. I literally watched him as a child on Psych, and so they're like, he's attractive, and I went, I think objectively that is an attractive man. I'm remembering the child I watched.
I'm glad I didn't know him as a child. I've only known him as a man, so it's like...
But yeah, I mean, like every single interaction that he has with women, they're like fawning over him, and he's like,
funny, I guess.
And he seems to get along the best with Lois, the only woman who's like not fawning over him.
And that's more of like a sisterly bond. Yeah. Like it's very loving.
Yeah, they say like "I love you" to each other in a
very
very not romantic way.
It's very sibling.
Yeah,
I love which. Maybe because I just like long form storytelling in general. I was like, I want a TV show just with this Daily Planet, and then David.
Yes. I said the same thing.
Yeah,
I said the same thing, didn't I? But we don't get enough of that. I know it's like a 2-hour movie, and they pack. So I heard some people, call this movie like overstuffed. I don't think it's over.
No, I think, James Gunn can do this stuff.
He flows.
He did it really well.
It moves fucking fast. You know, it flows, but they were able to put a lot in there. But as a result, we don't get a ton of time with the Daily Planet.
Yeah,
no,
and like,
especially
it's not like
Perry is great too. I forget that actor. He's great.
I had completely forgotten that. Oh my god, I know this actor's name. The actor from SNL that's in it. That's the sports writer.
Who plays Guy Lombardo?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah,
I can picture him exact character.
Yeah. Oh my god, I actually do genuinely like that actor a lot. I feel bad. I forgot.
Yeah, because he's on the phone trying to talk to his cat when they're evacuating.
Persephone, the cat. Yeah.
He's like, no, they recognize my voice.
In my heart. Oh my god, now it's bothering me. That's the problem.
Miss Taylor, it's your turn to make it show. I'll be back. I gotta get more liquor.
Beck Bennett?
Beck Bennett, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I recognized him. I knew him. I
have a friend who has a massive crush on that actor, so I need to text him to be like, by the way, your SNL boyfriend's in there.
It happens.
I say that his SNL boyfriend, a man who hasn't been on SNL in many years.
SNL's like that though.
Yeah.
You can be on SNL in like 79 and you still be like, oh, that guy used to be in SNL. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fill me in on all the characters in the Daily Planet. Like, who was that girl and like all that stuff. Like,
I love it's really interesting seeing Cat Grant, what I was mostly familiar from her from Supergirl, where she's very different.
Rachel, you might have heard about this, but traditionally Cat Grant in the comics has a crush on Clark. Yeah. And they do kind of share that a little bit when like Steve Lombard he's like complaining about like Clark's front page article. Mm-hmm. He's like, your article sucked or whatever. He's like, why so many adverbs, or what do you have against adverbs? I don't remember the actual complaint. But Cat Grant, there weren't more. But she says that line like, I thought it was great, Clark. So that kind of like if you know like, oh, like she likes that guy, it's like you know, you can I don't know if you would like really notice it if you don't know that, but if you know that and you see that,
just because I know, because like they even do that on Supergirl, which is a little odd when they do it on Supergirl because there's a bit of an age gap between that Cat Grant and that.
Clark that's a very different Cat Grant too.
Yeah. So you're like, should we have kept this part? It's a little weird. Although I do always remember. Okay, the day the trailer for the Supergirl TV show came out, I was having a conversation with my friend, and we brought up Calista Flockhart. And my friend said he didn't know who Calista Flockhart was. And then later that day, he went, here's a trailer. And I went, that woman's Calista Flockhart. You've just happened to show me a clip of the woman we were talking about earlier.
You manifested that.
I know Calista Flockhart as Ally McBeal, of course. Like,
of course.
Yes, indeed.
I believe we were talking about.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Why she had come up originally was we were talking about like age gaps that like in like Hollywood that were like fine, because I was like, yeah, there's an age gap between her and Harrison Ford, but she was like 40 when they met. Obviously, she's a grown woman. She knows what she's about. Also, it's Harrison Ford. Get it?
Remind me who Guy Lombard is? Like, I remember the character, but I just don't remember anything. He's never really featured in any other Superman iteration.
I'm not super familiar with that character
from the films, right?
Yeah.
No, but he's in the comics, and he's got kind of like a frenemy relationship with Clark. Like he playfully picks on him, but he really he's like a jock, but he's kind of a good guy too. You know, like.
Mm-hmm. I got that vibe. It's kind of a little rousing each other more than anything.
The CW Supergirl, is that in the same? That's the same kind of whole like universe that Superman and Lois kind of ended, right? Like that was Superman and Lois was like
sort
the end of the Arrowverse, right? Is that what it's called? Like the Arrowverse, right?
Okay, sort of, because Supergirl was always in its own like another universe. Like they would have to go and jump universe to get to Kara.
Okay.
Because originally when Supergirl started, it was on CBS, and they moved it to the CW. So they would have to go and get Kara, and then when Arrow, when Arrow ended, it's part of. This is mostly me reading stuff. I didn't like Arrow very much, so it's like I didn't really watch it. When Arrow ended, Oliver Queen sacrificed himself in a way that brought all the universes together and also brought back all his loved ones from the dead.
He becomes a Spectre.
Yeah, and they're like all alive, and then Superman and Lois was supposed to be in the same universe, and then they later were like, actually, yeah, it's not.
Oh, okay.
Which is
so the Tyler Hoechlin Superman that you see in Supergirl is a different technically a different Superman. Oh,
yeah.
This is me trying to explain something I don't like. It's very confusing. But that's
welcome to comics.
Welcome to comics.
I'm trying to explain this thing I heard about, but I didn't really read because I don't have the money to do it. And then, oh my god,
I fell off in the Arrowverse more about what everything was going on like during COVID.
Yeah, I watched the first 3 or 4 seasons of Arrow.
Here's the thing: at some point,
I fell off Green Arrow.
I watched like 2 seasons of Arrow, and then like watched The Flash, and then it'd be like watching The Flash and watching Arrow, and then every time I was watching Arrow, I'd be like, I'd rather be watching The Flash.
Do you think do you think the Flash will play into the DCU, and do you think Grant Gustin might have a chance to reprise that role, or do you think they'll just hire someone?
I think the Flash will come eventually, but he's going to postpone it, and it'll be different.
I think it will be different. I think if I think of anyone from that universe, I think Grant Gustin has a chance, but I don't like that's a very minimal. And not because I love Grant Gustin. Like
I
thought he was great.
I love The Flash. That first season of The Flash is flawless.
I love like the first 2 seasons of The Flash are like maybe like up there in favorite TV shows for me. He's so good, but I think they're not going to.
I've only seen like the first 3 seasons of the first 2 maybe even 2. Yeah. And sorry, what were you say?
I would say it's not that like I would love it if they did it, but I don't think they will. And also, everything I've heard about Grant is like great. Like I think Greg.
Yeah.
And like I think he would like
to
do the Flash more. They because I know one reason he said he wanted to end the Flash TV show. One, it was on for a very long time, almost as long as Smallville, I think.
How many years did it last? How many seasons?
It was a long time.
It was a long time. And then one thing I know is that the reason he wanted to because the Flash, like that type of TV show, was such a commitment for him, and he was like started having children.
Yeah, it's a life destroyer. That kind of.
Yeah, so he was like, I cannot do both, and do like I can't do like if I try to do both, neither will be done well.
Yeah.
The Flash was on for 9 seasons.
Okay, a little less than Smallville. Okay,
but
still ridiculous. Wow. I mean,
ridiculous.
9.
I had no
idea.
It's
a long time.
Yeah, the Flash, and
I didn't watch that one really at all because it was like I watched Smallville and then I watched Start of Arrow, and then I got busy and then all of a sudden they were like, oh shit, there's 800 million of these shows.
Oh my god, keeping up with so what would happen for a while is I was watching most of them and not Arrow. So once a season I'd have to watch Arrow. I'll be like, who the fuck are any of these
Word
people?
Word-processing! Woo! Make it bigger. Sorry.
I'm gonna go get a refill Flash restroom.
All right, this is the next segment. So this is my ranking of the Supermans, and I included Superman and Lois in there, even though it's the movie ranking, because I think it's such an extraordinary installment in the Superman. I thought it was the first Superman to do something like original and new, so that's why I gave it number 2. But maybe Superman, but I just put it there as like an honorable mention. But Superman 2025 is definitely my second favorite. Like I'm still very like, Superman the original movie is what I grew up with. But this is my rankings. So now, like, what's your rankings? Is my next question. Who wants to start on? Who already knows?
I mean,
audience, feel free to give your rankings in the chat too. You want to go, Manny?
I was gonna say I haven't seen enough of Superman and Lois to.
It's so good.
It's a great show.
I mean, from what I've seen, I probably would put it in pretty much the exact same order that you have, Sohail. Because obviously Superman the movie is classic, but I think that for a lot of people, the new Superman is going to be that for them. So like, your ranking is pretty much spot on. I think everybody could agree. And I'm glad that you didn't put Batman v Superman on there because that's shit's hot garbage.
It's not really a Superman movie. I just stuck to
Superman, not really
centric thing.
It's just like a Snyder movie. Batman. It's not even a Batman movie. It's really just a Snydery movie.
But it is definitely not a Superman standalone movie.
Oh god, no.
And I'm
actually, it should be part of the Marthaverse, and that's only the Marthaverse.
Why didn't you say that name?
Should I watch Smallville first and then watch Lois and Clark?
Smallville's 10
No, dude, don't bother.
Don't watch Lois and Clark.
Yeah. Don't just say I'm gonna watch Smallville.
I know people who
it's so much that you can start Smallville, but don't be like I'm not gonna watch anything. No, don't do that.
I know a lot of people who
come back. Go somewhere else, come back. Keep doing that. You'll be fine. Because it's so much. It's just, it's.
Yeah. Remember, it's the era of network TV, so you have like 22 episode seasons and like it's a lot of fucking TV.
I mean, there's a lot of wonderful stuff, and Michael Rosenbaum is amazing, and then even people who start weird sex cults are pretty good in the show. And not
a lot of convicted felons start in that show, though.
Yeah.
The guy who played Pete went to prison for drug-related charges. Chloe got locked up. for I guess like recruiting people into a cult or something. Like I don't know.
Basically, almost human trafficking. But
it was bad. It was bad.
Here's Jake. Nice to see you in the audience, Jake. Jake the Nerd says Superman 2025 is number 1. Superman the movie is number 2. Number 3 is Superman 2 and 4. Superman Returns is number 5, and then Man of Steel number 6, and then Super 3, 7, and then Super 4. So that's his order.
You know, I keep seeing Superman 4 a lot. You know, people forget about that movie, and I know it sucks, but I have a weird connection to it because it was on like HBO and shit like that all the time.
No, I thought we saw that one in the theater together. No, maybe not. I don't know.
No, I don't think we did, but it was always on. I'm sure we saw it together. Yeah, Plus, it was made by Canon Films, and Canon Films is like the people that made like fucking Cobra and Missing in Action and like all these like Chuck Norris movies.
VHS
I've always had a soft spot for Superman 4.
Yeah, it's a good movie. It was on all the time. I think because it didn't do very well, so they probably sold it.
So they
sold it off to every cable channel, and that's when we first started getting cable. So I've probably seen Superman 4 more than I've seen the original Superman.
But when I was a little kid, it was one of my most favorite ones to watch because of all the fights with Nuclear Man.
Dude, I have in my collection the comic book adaptation of it. Like
we covered it on Supermaniacs, and my co-host Mike had it also. Like a lot of people.
I haven't read the comic. Yeah,
Steve Shives has the comic adaptation.
That's funny.
Yeah, he loves Superman. Steve is a super fan. Yeah.
I do a podcast with my buddy Ryan. We haven't done an episode in a while because he's been busy moving, called The Comic Lounge, where we do like episodes on like weird dollar bin comics or comics we like. And we did a whole episode on the comic adaptation of Superman 4. And it's actually like a pretty well-drawn comic and everything.
Are we defending Superman 4? Is that what's happening?
Yes, to the death.
Yeah, apparently we are. Rachel, what's your Superman movie order when you get a chance? And you too, Father. And you
God,
too,
I don't know.
See, I would put Superman 3 and 4 above Man of Steel and Superman.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes, dude, for sure. Superman 4 is above Man.
Superman 3 is actually okay. I don't hate Superman 3 at all. Superman 4 some issues, but
now
Superman Returns and Man of Steel were just I've watched them both once, and I don't really need to ever see them again.
I would say
it's too much for me. People throw people against the wall, which is the worst action you can do in a superhero movie.
Maybe part of it's nostalgia with me with Superman 3 and 4, but at least they're kind of dumb, but at least they're fun.
Yeah,
part of it.
And Richard Pryor.
There's
I mean, Superman 3 is legitimate good, much better than Superman 4.
Yeah,
even though it has issues.
I mean, I don't know, maybe I would score Superman 3 better than Superman 4 as a review, but I would rather watch Superman 4.
That's fair. That happens. I mean, that's a thing that happens. Yeah.
I I enjoy watching bad fun movies sometimes.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Earlier this week I went to a screening of Deep Blue Sea.
The Samuel L. Jackson shark movie.
Yes.
I've never seen that actually, but I
never seen it. My friend invited
me.
I
saw it in the theater first run
with her.
I don't know. I think we were spoiled. We went to the movies.
It was a lot more fun than I thought it would be. I would watch again.
It's fun. There's nothing else there, but it's fun. Yeah.
But yeah, it's that type of thing I put 3 and 4 in, whereas I find Returns and Man of Steel boring.
Yeah, it's just.
Oh yeah, Superman 4 is better than Man of Steel,
for sure.
All right, so your list would I put them. I haven't seen. Admittedly, I haven't seen. Father, did we record? We did discussions on Movie Magic for Superman 2,
we did
3 and 4, right?
Yes, we did not do the Brandon Routh or Henry Cavill movies, but we did all 4 Christopher Reeve movies.
Yeah, I figured. I knew I saw them more recently. I have to say, maybe I think I would put. Yeah, I would revise my list and probably put Man of Steel a little lower because now that
we had Humbert for Superman 4. Remember that?
I forgot about that. That's right.
Did Humbert like it?
Hubbard loves it. That's why he came on.
Yeah.
Of course.
Very fun. Very fun. Commodore Trev says, Deep Blue Sea is wonderfully bad, delightfully hard.
I need to watch that someday.
I will say
it's fun. Yeah.
Okay, LL Cool J is in that movie, and by the end of the movie, you only care about his character. You're like, if he gets out alive, I'm fine. Everyone else, now it's okay. Like,
you know what? Like, I've gone to a lot of concerts. I live in Austin, Texas, which used to be known as the live music capital of the world. I don't know if that still holds true to this day, but regardless, I've been to a lot of fucking concerts. One of the best fucking concerts I ever went to. This is a total aside, doesn't have anything to do with Superman, but LL Cool J performed a 3-hour set with no break. I didn't even know he had 3 hours worth of music.
That's like
at Stubbs Barbecue, one of the best concerts I've ever been to in my entire life. Just shout out to LL Cool J.
Such a intimate venue to see LL Cool J.
Yeah,
that's like the people who I remember who saw The Cure last in Minneapolis were like, they played 3 hours.
Yeah,
and I was just like,
damn.
I mean, The Cure, I know good. They have like 25 albums.
The only concert I've ever been to that was 3 hours is the Eras Tour. Like.
LL Cool J is from Miami, right? He's a Miami local, right? Like, I forgot.
I don't know.
LL Cool J? Let me... Now I have LL Cool J's Wikipedia.
Don't call it a comeback. That's all I know.
He was one of the best thing about Halloween H2O also.
He's pretty good in movies. He's a good actor. Yeah.
Said he seems to be a New York native.
He's from New York, yeah.
Yes. Sorry, Patrick's asking about a Superboy TV show from the 80s and early 90s. Oh, yeah. I used to watch that.
That was one
I
of
don't
my,
remember that show.
That was one of my earliest introductions of the character, though. Like, I knew the Christopher Reeve movies, and then there was a Superboy TV show.
It was called The Adventures of Superboy, I think.
I know I've seen it, but I can't remember who starred in it. It was younger.
It had a different actor in season 1 than in like the other. I think it was 4 seasons.
This is me because I don't know the show. When it's saying Superboy, is it a younger Clark Kent or is it like?
So in that show, Clark Kent is a college student.
Okay.
But he also fights crime under the alias Superboy.
But I never saw. Okay. I don't think I ever saw it. But I remember.
It was during that period of syndicated shows, you know.
I know.
Yeah, so it wasn't a big deal.
There are versions of Superboy that is a younger version of Clark Kent, and versions of Superboy that are clones of Clark or his sons.
Right. Yeah, there's different. So Superboy can be Clark Kent, or it can be Connor Kent, the clone.
Well, then I also there's also another reason I thought that it could be a clone of Clark is Connor Kent exists in like.
Is Planet Watch new, or is it from the comics as well? Like, what was the whole
new? But I think they based the concept on something called Stormwatch.
Oh, okay.
Well, I don't know if they based the concept on, but like their logo for Planet Watch, it kind of looked like the Stormwatch front, which is kind of
That's where the engineer comes from.
Right. There was like another comic book company called Wildstorm, which doesn't exist anymore. It got like bought by DC and merged into DC. There were some superheroes there called The Authority that were...
I've read some straight Authority.
We're getting The Authority, right? That's one of the projects that
they're doing. They said that earlier, but I
haven't said anything
about it for... wow.
There is a really great comic by Grant Morrison called Superman the Authority. That's really good.
Yeah, Warren Ellis did The Authority originally, and you know he's sort of an asshole.
And a lot of great writers.
But it's good. There's some really good Authority stuff.
Yep. I think I've never read a single Authority comic in my life, but
I just got whatever was at the library. I would get the trades, and so I had random Authority, and so I liked what I read.
But I think even Alan Moore took over that book at some point. Like Alan Moore wrote a story arc, so like it drew like a lot of top talent from the comic book industry. If you care about like the top comic book writers and artists, a lot of them did work on The Authority.
If you've never read it, it basically has different versions of all the DC heroes. There's a version of Batman and Superman, but they're gay and lovers.
Yeah, they're married. Right? They're husbands.
Yeah.
Apollo
which makes more sense, really.
I love it.
You know,
I'm interested all of a sudden.
It's not. They're not dressed the same, you know, but
it's the archetype, like the dark hero and like the.
But basically, they created versions.
I mean, if you go on AO3, you can find that.
There's actually a whole industry of like creating different versions of the Justice League, and like making your own kind of oh shit, what's my favorite? Now I'm blanking about my favorite one. I'll shut up. But crap, I can't remember it. But
although I'm not kidding, Clark and Bruce are a very popular ship online.
While you guys think about that, the Justice Gang, is that going to become the Justice League? Like, is that where it's headed, or what's the deal?
I think so.
I think so.
Yeah.
Maybe I was gonna guess they'll get away from Maxwell Lord and to like differentiate themselves. They'll call themselves the Justice League.
The Black Hammer comics. That's what I'm trying to think of.
Yes,
that's basically Justice League, but it's his own completely different, company and continuity. But it's all the same characters. They just changed them to be different, and it's amazing.
So this Justice Gang right now, it's Guy Gardner, the Green Lantern. Who is he? The current Green Lantern? Like
one of them.
Apparently, there's three. Because there's two on the show.
Right.
Yeah, there is John Stewart and Hal Jordan, right? Or
yep.
And we're
because there's pictures of them.
We're probably gonna get Kyle Rayner eventually at some point.
Yeah, but
I didn't even know about
Green Lantern's always been like that. There's been like
they're like space cops, basically.
Kind of it's all over the place. They're amazing. I love the Lantern comics.
Yeah, and then there's so then we have Hawkgirl, and then we have Mr. Terrific, who I'd never heard of until this movie.
Michael
actually,
Holt,
I'm like excited to butt in on this.
Oh, go!
I'm like obsessed with the way the Hawkgirl was in this because at first I thought her screaming was a little bit goofy, but actually think it's like really scary and like I love that they like leaned in hard to her screech.
It's a predator.
Yeah, it was creepy and weird. Like one thing I love about James Gunn is like all of his superheroes are weird, and they even say that like in the movie, like they're like you're weird, you're strange, like he's a little strange. Like they say that a couple of times, and I think that's really cool to like.
Just to explain that a little bit, he's calling this instead of Phase 1 because that's a Marvel thing. This is Chapter 1, but his like Chapter 1 is called Gods and Monsters, and they say that in like the opening text. They said like there's 300 years ago, the Earth started seeing superhuman beings called metahumans, ushering in a new age of gods and monsters. And you see, like, some gods and monsters in that fucking sequence.
And Mr. Terrific, like, was amazing. I'm obsessed with him so much. Like, my favorite.
He stole the show. Actually, he was really great.
Mr. Terrific.
I never read any straight Mr. Terrifics.
On that little beach scene, and he's like having his people fight, like he's fighting a bunch of people
with the T-spheres.
He has the T-spheres, and I love that he protects Lois like immediately. But my favorite part is when he grabs onto one of the spheres and jumps over like the little dome.
That fight sequence
is
the best in the
cool.
movie.
Like,
absolutely,
so good. Like a lot of his like
so
fight
casual.
Moves, it's so casual, and his a lot of his fight like.
I was bored during the Pocket Universe fight.
Like he's just enjoying the song almost.
Like he can go from like totally like nonchalant, just casual stance to like super choreographed, very like specific. Like he did like the math. He calculated like the right angle to like punch this guy at. Like.
I also love that Noah and the Whale was the song that was playing in the background during that scene. Like that's I love Noah and the Whale. Like,
well, Gun and music, he's got great taste.
Yeah, but he only did 3 songs.
They stuck, but
he did not have that many needle drops in this movie. And if you watch the DC podcast that's on Max and on like the DC Studios YouTube channel, he talked about how in his words, he said, like, I don't know if I want to call it a crutch, but I do kind of lean on music a lot.
He does.
Because I love music, and I love to write movies to music and write movies with certain songs in mind. But with Superman, he did not rely on that as heavily as he typically does. And a big part of that is because of, like, the John Williams music. He wanted that, like, I don't need like a fucking, like, kick-ass soundtrack of a bunch of cool songs for this movie.
No.
I have
there
John
was only
Williams.
like 4 songs in the credits that were like regular songs, and one of them was the Mighty Crabjoy, which
I've been listening to the score pretty much nonstop, and it's so good because there's definitely a John Williams. Like he does the quoting of the original Superman theme, which I like because it ties it all in. I wish Man of Steel actually I noticed they do kind of like hint at it, but they never actually like fully express.
I vaguely remember that. Yeah.
But I do like it because it kind of ties it all in for me, like throughout the whole thing. It's just that theme is just so perfect. I mean, I feel like you gotta have it. In the text message audience, we're getting a message that says the Fleischer Brothers Superman cartoons were a pretty high level start for Superman in movies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they actually showed those at the Alamo before the movie. They showed one.
Oh, you guys were cool. I'm so jealous. Manny has an Alamo Draft House. You guys have an Alamo Draft House. I do not have.
Is that not a thing in Florida?
It's a thing. He's in Florida. But it's on the West Coast. So I gotta go. I have to make a pilgrimage and go see a movie there.
I mean, you visited me before.
I will visit you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you go to Disney World to see movies with their laser thing. You told us so. That's on the West Coast.
Jake is talking about the actor who plays Mr. Terrific. I liked also. He had a little chip on his shoulder because in the X-Men they said that they were going to resurrect his character, but then they never did. And so I like that he got
because they ruined the movie.
Yeah, right. But so I like that he got this wonderful character now. Rachel, something happened to your mic. All I hear is like
really
buzzing.
Quiet. You're really quiet.
And I hear like buzzing.
Yeah, same.
My favorite Mr. Terrific was I read the whole. They had a big I don't know, it was like 12-issue run about Adam Strange, and Mr. Terrific was investigating.
Oh yeah, the Tom King story.
Was good. Yes,
it was Strange so Adventures.
Space was it? Or?
Is this any better?
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're back.
Much better.
Okay, I messed with the wire a little, like
wire messing.
I was gonna say because we were talking about Hawk Girl earlier. Isabella Merced is always amazing at everything she's in, even if it's like something you don't think will be great.
Mm-hmm.
She's great.
She's in a movie called Instant Family, which is about like people like
family
adopting
you add
children.
Water to and heat.
Yeah.
Oh no, never mind.
People adopting children, and she plays with a teenager, and it's genuinely like you go in like cute family movie, and you're literally crying by the end.
Yeah.
She's also really good in Turtles All the Way Down, which is based on the John Green book.
Oh, and she's good in
The Last of Us.
The Last of Us.
Oh,
she's one of the best parts of that show, and also Alien Romulus. The three things I've seen her in: Alien Romulus, The Last of Us, and Superman. Like she's incredibly memorable.
Yeah,
in all three of those.
Yeah. She's always like every time I see her in something, I'm like, oh, good. Like,
yeah.
And she had one of my favorite moments in the entire movie. When she comes screeching down that corridor,
after
I can't do it.
I can't do it.
Yeah, who?
Like I'm not. Yeah,
Putin Yahoo, basically.
Yeah, it's all of it. It's an amalgamation of it's perfect.
Yeah.
Harry and the Superman. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Her scream almost reminds me of that song that they play in Kelvin's 09 movie. The
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Oh, it's Isotope something. It's in Thor, actually. It's not in Kelvin.
What are you talking about?
Zeppelin?
It's a Zeppelin song.
Yeah.
Oh, the immigrant song.
Yes, yeah. Her scream almost has like a musical quality to it. Like
but to me, like that moment, it was scary.
But it's cheaper than getting Led Zeppelin. Way cheaper.
Yes, way cheaper. This ain't Thor Ragnarok.
But it has that like gun, like rock and roll love.
It almost had a musical. Makes me want them to get like Black Canary in too.
Yeah.
Well, to me, like it was like scary and monstrous, and like horror movie monster. Except you're rooting for the monster to come kill the bad guy. You know, basically.
When they're
we should talk about Jake the Nerd just brought up the Kents.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh God.
I love the Kents.
They are the most unbelievable farmers I've seen on screen ever.
It took me 3 viewings of the movie to be sure that I liked them. Because, like, the first viewing, I liked them. The second viewing, I kind of questioned myself. But
the mom's accent was kind of like, where the fuck are they from? But
she sounds more Southern than Midwestern.
She does not sound, Smallville.
You know what? I'll give
Kansas.
it. Maybe she, maybe he's from Kansas. She moved there for him.
Yeah, she moved around.
She might have moved up from somewhere.
She's from the old Appalachian country folk that, like, are ancient and forever and weird and
I take back my criticism because I just remembered we were talking about the story with our friend that we saw the movie with earlier, but with our friend Hillary. But I had a job a few years ago where I had to go to Iowa for 2 weeks of training. I took this job because they were going to fly me to Iowa and rent me a car to drive around. I figured out, like, I'll be within driving distance of Riverside, Iowa, future birthplace of Captain Kirk. So, and then I ended up working there for like 5 years. However, that doesn't matter to this. But when I went up there for training, everyone in Iowa had this very Midwestern accent, except for this one woman I worked with who had moved there from Alabama. And me being a Texas boy, I told her one day, I said, "You're the only person here who talks normal."
True.
I thought I saw some comments online about like they made Ma and Pa Kent into Hicks, and I was like, you
into
guys
Bumpkins,
are so
yeah, I saw.
yeah,
but they have like that wisdom. They like that when Jonathan has that conversation with Clark, and he's so like he sits down on that porch ready to talk to his boy. It was not toxic masculinity where people are kind of afraid to show their emotion. Like he's like trying to like pull that out of his son. Like talk about this kid. Like what's bothering you?
They look like real people. They're not like Kevin Costner.
And the juxtaposition
not a
with
farmer look
with the Kryptonians who are like you have like Bradley Cooper and whoever played Laura who they're like like Hollywood gorgeous
look like
people.
models
Whereas with the Ma and Pa Kent, like they look like they could be like my friend's parents. They look like they look like normal people.
Yeah.
They look like they go to seed stores. I mean, not like Kevin Costner does not look like he goes to a seed store.
And I just love that they went hard into the hardest American accents you could have and like the hardest. No, I really do love it because like it is so like I think one of the biggest things that has happened, which certain like conservative groups have taken advantage of, is to try to isolate that quality of America, saying like, oh, they think of you as Hicks, they think of you as this and that. So to elevate that group of people and like show that like that is not like it's just a surface level thing, and like to make them Superman's parents,
there's
I thought
value
was like
in them, like
and show the value was like a great thing because like I think that's like such a terrible thing that we do that like just like stereotyping people in general in any way, but that's like one of the big stereotypes. But I love that now Clark's parents have like these strong American like deep-rooted accents, like that are like so specific and like so it's great. Like
Jonathan literally says like, as a parent, we're here to like pass on the tools to you.
Right. Parents aren't here to tell their kids who they're meant to be. We're just here to give you tools so that you can make fools of yourself all on your own.
Wow, you haven't memorized already.
The part that like made me cry is with all the home videos.
Oh God! At the end, I love that. Like, he really. James Gunn has like a thing about foster parents though too. Like,
James Gunn makes me almost cry about 8 times every movie.
Yeah.
I resist because I'm weak, but and I don't want to mess up everything in the theater. But so many times. And we haven't even got to Gary. We'll have to do Gary.
I put it up earlier. Yeah, let's talk about Gary. Let's talk about the whole Fortress of Solitude because this is such a cool,
some really amazing old school Silver Age stuff.
I didn't know this about the Fortress of Solitude, but he has like a zoo in the fortress. He's got like the fortress is supposed to be like this really. It's kind of.
He should have had the golden key to keep out Lex.
Yeah, he's had 3 years of adventures to. And maybe the next movie he will have the giant key. Rachel, I'm sorry if I was cutting you off earlier. That like if you had something else to say a second ago, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
I mostly was like I cried.
Yeah, I wanted to say that my favorite Ma and Pa moment is when Clark is laying in his childhood bed and they're worried about him. And Ma is like calling Pa like a mush, but at the same time she says that, she moves her hand on top of Pa's hand when he's like caressing Clark. Yeah. Like she's comforting both of them at the same time. And I cried every time that we've seen. That's when I'm like, oh, like
are we headed?
Such a relatable like version of Superman, like his home, like the it's not like I love like the the way the
wood paneling. Wood,
right.
It looks like a real home. Like
it's not romanticized. This is not like Hollywood romanticization of like rural farmers.
I love that it still looked like a teenage room.
And actually, the bed sheets on his like little twin bed that he's resting on. That like Crypto is sleeping on top of him when he wakes up. Like those bed sheets, I'm 99% sure I had the exact same childhood bed sheets in the 80s and 90s. I need to try to find like a picture. I need to find like some picture or something like of my bedroom or something, because I'm convinced like if it ain't the exact same, it is goddamn close. But I think I've seen this movie 3 times and I'm pretty sure those are like the exact same bed sheets I had. So
I had
like,
Empire Strikes Back sheets, so I wasn't.
Our text message audience informed me that James Gunn is from Missouri, so
that's
a specific way of pronouncing Missouri. Missouri.
Well, if you're from there, that's what you say. But.
Star-Lord in the Guardians of the Galaxy movies is also from Missouri.
Yeah, interesting.
But Gunn lives in Georgia now because they shoot a lot of the stuff in Atlanta.
Yeah, everyone. Georgia's big. Florida had the chance, but we always screw that shit up. So whatever.
Of course you do.
Georgia got
not your fault.
Not my fault. No, not my fault.
It's the evil to stand. Oh, yeah, those guys.
But what do you think? Like, is the next Superman movie going to be is it going to be the Man of Tomorrow line? Like, is that what they're going to do? Or
Supergirl will be the next one out.
Yeah,
and he'll be part of that.
Superman.
Is
there going to be a Superman 2 though? Right? There's going to be.
I think we'll see him in other movies before we see a Superman 2.
Yeah,
I mean, I bet there'll be another movie. There'll either be with Batman or there'll be some kind of Justice League International or Justice League.
I think we probably will, but I think we'll see him in, like you said, like 3 or 4
movies first. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's the way you build it. I mean, because Marvel really, up to Endgame, and that was amazing.
They can't do the phases thing. That's been done. And
no. That didn't even work anyway.
Yeah.
There was, but slowly build it is the key. Slowly build it and then bring everyone back, and that's what
you laid such a good foundation. Keep it going.
Where you try to be like, let's do Justice League right away, and then we'll kill Superman right now. And then we'll do Flashpoint literally first, so we have no emotional connection to the Flash.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, if they did Crisis on Infinite Earth, no one cares if they do that.
When does Peacemaker 2 come out?
August.
Yeah, that's already shot.
And Gunn has said one of the big 3 from this movie. So David Cornswet, Rachel Brosnahan, or Nicholas Hoult.
I vote Lex.
But one of the big 3 will be in Peacemaker.
I think it's Lex.
Makes the most sense to me.
Yeah.
Because he's going to be in Belle Reve,
Right.
So. We talked about how good the Peacemaker cameo was.
Oh, yeah.
No, we haven't talked about it yet.
Yeah.
Peacemaker in general, the show is great, and John Cena is great as a character.
He's so perfect.
And we got Michael Ian Black is one of the interviewers too. That was
he was so good.
I know Jake in the chat was talking about that on Twitter.
My text message audience, who's also a friend from a long time ago, is reminding me that in circa 2007, someone made me this drink. It was a very strong drink called the Tick. I don't know if that's like something that you guys know about, but it was like
people don't drink that anymore.
Okay, but anyways.
Like the TV show, or the TV?
He's reminding me that at that time in 2007, I was found standing on a table, completely trashed, blanked out, and someone said, "Who do you think you are, Superman?" And I said, "I don't want to be Superman. I want to do Superman." That was like my response.
You know what? More power to you. Apparently now you want to do Jimmy Olsen. So
now I want to do Jimmy Olsen. Yeah.
But remember, when you want to fly, start from the ground, not from the roof of a 12-story building.
He's the cutest Jimmy Olsen for sure. Like, there's never been.
I can see that.
Like, I feel like he's.
Because Trev was talking in the comments earlier. The Supergirl Jimmy Olsen is hot.
He's cute too. I did look at him. He's sorry, he's hot, but Jimmy Olsen in this is like just cute. I feel like
that dude. The dude in Supergirl is from Austin too.
Oh, cool.
I know his brother.
Oh.
Who looks just like him. So
you know the brother of the character?
I also know the brother of whoever they brought in to be the Supergirl double for Bizarro Girl. I know sexy James Olsen's brother, and I know Bizarro Girl's brother.
Wow. Father,
you heard it here first,
love-
folks. Austin is 5 people, and Father
And the lady who played Supergirl is also from Texas, and the guy who played Toy Man's son in that show is also from Texas. A lot of Texans in that show, oddly.
I loved the Metamorpho Joey thing. That was like really cool.
I love that everyone
It was
Supergirl
good,
is apparently from Texas.
Yeah.
I remember seeing like the trailer and being like, "What the hell is this alien bait? Like, how?"
You asked me about like what's the deal with the bait.
I was nervous because the trailer was so dense.
Okay.
And, like, I saw that baby and I was like, "How the fuck possibly could that tie?"
If you're an amateur hour fucking writer, you're gonna be like, I can't write Superman. He's too strong. How do you have any jeopardy? How do you have any danger? Whatever. But if you're a fucking good writer, you'll be like, oh, I'll just be fucking creative and come up with an idea like, he has to go through this entire fight escape sequence with a baby in his hand. Like, that's pretty goddamn challenging. Like, it ain't that fucking hard to make good Superman shit.
Oh, God.
Don't put the baby in the anti-proton river.
I've seen it.
101.
I've seen it 3 times. He like busts his ass to keep that baby's head above water, above anti-proton.
In a good way, but it kind of now reminds me of that fight scene in one of the Fast and Furious movies with the baby on the plane.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah.
I don't know.
Although
I only saw the first one.
Fathery, as a really big Broadway fan, it's always very funny to me when people know Jeremy Jordan.
Fast and Furious is on Broadway? I had no idea.
No, that's the
that would be amazing.
Where
it would probably be
Broadway
really
musical.
successful.
It probably would be. But no,
we're fast.
Cardboard cutout cars.
It's always funny to me when people know Jeremy Jordan primarily from Supergirl and not from theater. The actor who played Toy Man's son in Supergirl is a very famous Broadway actor.
It is. He's from like Galveston, or Houston.
Okay, according to Wikipedia, Jeremy Jordan is from Corpus Christi.
I knew it was on the coast. Okay,
well, sure, it's all good.
But Jeremy Jordan
Texas.
is also genuinely one of the best singers I've ever heard. Every time he sings a song, I'm like, why is this much talent allowed in one person? This is annoying.
So what's the? I didn't know anything about Metamorpho until this movie. So what's his deal? Like, who's Metamorpho? Like, does anyone
Rex
know? Like,
Mason, the Element Man. I feel like it's a pretty accurate depiction in the movie. He can just It's like they say, like he can metamorphosize into any element.
Though, that they showed real quick in the movie. Like, who's that? Is she also super, or like? And what's Baby Joey's
I
deal?
think she's just like a normal everyday woman who had a baby with Metamorpho with Rex Mason.
And what's the baby's superpower? Because the baby's definitely different. Like, is there anything?
They're like his father's, but he can also turn other things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he has transmutation is what you call that, right?
And Rex Mason, before he became Metamorpho, was kind of like an Indiana Jones explorer.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, his wife's name is, I think, Sapphire Stag. Is that right?
Yeah, and they mentioned
they in the comments.
Stag Industries.
They're going to the Stag Industries building.
Yeah.
What is that? What's Stag Industries?
Another corrupt.
They have parties.
Yeah. So when
I have no idea.
The moment in the movie when Superman gets the news.
Is DC Universe all corrupt billionaires and then Bruce Wayne?
Who's also
I mean, you could argue that, you know.
He's just corrupt in a good way.
Remember.
Yeah.
He's
corrupt in a useful way. Yeah.
Oh gosh. But finish telling me about Stag Industries. What were you saying?
No, just like the moment in the movie when after they bring down the kaiju and then there's the big news story that like, wait, Superman was sent here on an evil mission.
Right.
When he goes into that building to kind of like, you know, cry and be alone or whatever, that was a Stag Industries building. So that was Metamorpho's baby mama's dad's company is Stag Industries.
There was another company represented in this movie. Lord Tech?
Lord Tech is Maxwell Lord's company.
Picture of the Supergirl Jimmy Olsen, and I'm like, oh my god. Sorry. Thank you, Trev, for the visual representation. Wow.
I'm on to you, Trev. Trev has a lot of pictures. I'm starting to.
He's a visual guy.
Yeah, He's a picture collector, it sounds like. But
Woo!
This guy's a collector.
that's good.
Okay. I've never seen Supergirl, but I think that
Well, here's
Jimmy
a
Olsen's
reason to
real.
now.
Yeah, there's a reason now. To watch.
Yeah.
So he's a photographer. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a photographer too. Maybe he'll date me.
Oh.
But yeah, like
Wow.
I specifically went out of my way not to call that version of the character Jimmy Olsen. That is sexy James Olsen.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. For sure.
Okay,
Wow.
speaking of Jimmy Olsen in this
What's
movie,
happening to me?
I love that it turned out her taking selfies was part of the plot.
I know that.
Yeah.
Oh, Eve Tessmacher,
Yeah.
fucking. She was like first of all, like that actor did a great performance.
Yes.
She was so good at
Yes.
being both. She's
I
both
don't know what I'm
creepy,
doing.
Yeah.
But her interactions with Jimmy, she was so good at being both like creepy and cute. It's like I want to like feel sorry for her, but also I'm like, I'm glad you're not into me. You're into like this other guy who's like you're clearly bothering. But like I feel
Yeah.
sorry for you, but I can also understand why he's creeped out by you. But
I'd be like, oh, I hope you find someone crazy to be with eventually.
but then like the reveal at the end that like oh she's actually really smart.
Right
Like,
here.
and Jimmy is so shitty to her too. Jimmy is so dismissive. He's like,
Like,
I
you know,
know.
like she doesn't know much
It's
about
Lois.
this. She doesn't
It's
know much
called
about
how
anything.
she is, yeah.
But then she strategically took all those selfies, like
Yeah, she was
And-
on to him from the beginning.
right, and it was like, oh, she's doing like very intelligent like self-defense. She's like, oh no, I'm in an abusive relationship. I might need to blackmail my way out of this, but
Yeah.
I'm smart enough to figure my way out of it. So I
She's
love
smart, but has no OPSEC because, like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, she's in that server room a little too loud, and that gave it away.
that. Well, yeah, she got like a
Well-
little emotional in the heat of the moment talking
Yeah.
to Jimmy, but she wins the movie. Eve
Yeah, she did,
Tessmacher
yeah.
wins the movie.
Yep.
She
Yeah.
gave the essential information to the heroes. She did everything she needed to do to see that Lex was defeated, and then at the very end, not only does she get to be reunited with Jimmy Olsen, but she also has him committed to spending a weekend with her. So
And it's a
she
nice
fucking
callback.
wins. She won the movie.
It's a nice
That's right.
callback to Mrs. Tessmacher from the 78.
Tessmacher!
Superman
Right.
too,
Who also
also-
surprises us, yeah.
Yeah.
by saving her mom because she wants to save her mom who's going to be affected.
I
by
thought
the
she
whole-
wanted to save Otisburg. Oh shoot, I got that wrong.
Oh, we have Otis. Otis in this
We have
movie.
Dude,
Otis in the movie too.
He's
that's
not as
great,
fun here.
but-
He's not as
Trying
fun.
to remember, but the 70s movie is like Tessmacher is just an original character, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and then it's just like ever since that, because that's such an iconic thing, people just keep adding it to.
Yeah,
Oh, what a
like
name.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
gun like that.
Tessmacher. It's a
Yeah.
great name.
It's very Harley Quinn-esque, written for a TV show.
Yeah.
Now it's been
Yeah.
added to comics and other things.
Was Tessmacher in Superman and Lois? I don't think so. Was she the?
No.
You
She was-
finished it, right? No, she was.
was in-
It
she was
wasn't
in
her.
Supergirl.
right? Supergirl. Okay.
Mm-hmm. They
I'm
had
really
her.
excited about when is Supergirl coming out? The Supergirl movie.
I don't think
June.
they said exactly.
June.
June of next year.
Oh, is it that?
Yeah.
Okay, they have a date.
Oh,
They've
rad.
shot
I
it.
hope-
They're like
Oh, I
they're
can't
done. They're
wait.
I
done
knew
with
that, but
production.
I didn't hear a date. But okay, that's just me.
I also feel like I feel like I touched a little. Rachel Brosnahan was so good. I
Yeah,
like.
but
I
she
love.
was
I
Straight
love
up
her.
Lois Lane.
Yeah, I love her.
The
in general.
chemistry of the top three was
Yeah.
perfect. And also
good.
all the marketing was so good. Like the social media marketing with the three of them. Like I was just like glued to all the like. There's this one thing where it shows Nicholas Holt looking at pictures of David Carnsworth
Yeah.
while they're waiting for the next interviewer to come on. And I just loved the whole like what they did. They were just like it was really brilliantly done. Smart marketing team.
Also
this part.
love. I love when they like going. We're like, let's have her know because otherwise it makes Lois seem dumber than she should be.
Yes. And
Yeah.
also, like, this Clark does not have to lie to her, which I fucking
No, yeah.
applaud the
Yes.
fucking shit out of that.
Yeah.
I am so tired of superheroes who have to lie to the people they love the most.
Yeah.
In
Keep a
fact, she's
secret,
like
keep a
upset
secret.
about how many people he
Unrealistic.
trusts because she's like
Yeah.
when she
Yeah,
goes to the
that
Justice
was
Gang, she's
awesome.
like, why does he trust
got-
people? so
You're a moron.
much?"
Why would he trust you?
Like, why are you trying? Why is he like? That was like a great.
But
like,
that is
Yeah.
kind of a comic accurate, like
Yeah.
the DC superhero community, like they know each other's secret
of
identities.
the cloth.
that was funny.
Yeah,
it's all Clark and Bruce.
I did love them being like, yeah, the glasses are special. That's why no one recognizes him. Please, can we get past this part?
Apparently that's a 50s like Silver Age or whatever thing.
70s, I believe.
Was it okay? 70s. Okay. I never read any ones that had the hypno glasses.
But yeah, it was before my time. I have not read many Superman comics from before 1986. From 1986 to today, I've read 90% of it. Before 86, I've read like 10%. I don't know. So
are they all available digitally nowadays?
Catching up with comics is so hard. Like I like comics, but I actually haven't read that many. I know Father knows this because I've talked about it before. The comic section on base was literally 2 shelves. Like there was no way to keep up with comics. Well, like when I was growing up, where I was.
Interlibrary loan. You can get trades from your library.
I've got to.
I have like this guy up here who gave me like all the comic books skinny I needed, so I never had to really read them all because I was like, oh man, he's just gonna tell me.
You screwed up. You made him not read comics. What the hell?
You just need your own personal chat GPT friend.
Sohel is like Mr. Terrific, and Manny is like Superman. He's like Manny is standing around, and then Sohel shows up and he says, "Give me the skivvy."
Like basically how it was. But I mean, I read comics, but it's like Manny definitely reads way more comics than I do. So I always like relied on him to be like, oh, what's going on here? But on that note, what I was gonna ask is like Rick Flag. So Rick Flag Sr. Is he? What's his storyline in the comics, and how is he gonna play into the MCU and all the? I mean, the
Creature Commandos.
Watch Creature Commandos.
Okay, I'll watch it. I haven't seen it yet. Yeah,
and then he's gonna be in Peacemaker season 2.
Yeah, that's what I saw. The little jokey.
I'm excited about. I didn't know that. That's gonna be fun.
Is he supposed to be related to or the same character as the Rick Flag from the Suicide Squad movie?
That was his son. Yeah,
his son.
Yeah. Peacemaker killed his son.
Yeah, that age gap I'm curious about, but
he was 18 when he had Junior.
Yeah, they explained that in Creature Commandos. Like he had a kid when he was 18.
I haven't seen.
So he was
Creature
actually
Commandos.
like, because Rick Flag Jr. entered the military when he was 18. So Rick Flag was only 36 when his kid was basically joining the military with him. So I mean that kind of explains why he's kind of young to me.
And they wanted him to have his hair dyed gray in this movie to look older, but he is contractually obligated with the Paramount Plus shit. What's that Sylvester Stallone show on Paramount Plus? Tulsa King. Yeah, the Tulsa King. He was contractually obligated to not change his hair color.
Yeah.
Oh, for that.
So he has gray hair in Creature Commandos, but then in this movie he has darker hair.
And like the Cavill mustache comes back. Yeah.
But James Gunn has explained that. He's like, oh, he's just like a vain guy. He wants to look good for the ladies. So he decided to dye his hair.
That was going to be my joke. He managed to get to the salon. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm very excited that DC finally. I've never felt like DC to go off of what Jake the nerd was saying here. Like I personally have never felt like DC had the same level as Marvel was doing for the last, like, what is it now, 20 years now? Like, how many years is it? It's like crazy. So DC, like, having its, like, bringing something fresh to this genre of superhero, you know, I feel like there's a great, I know it's not the official start of the DCU, but, like, as the flagship of the DCU, I think
for most people, this is the start. For most people, this is the first thing they're gonna, like, I love Creature Commandos, but I know, like, probably by this point, on like day 2 of this movie being out, more people have seen this movie than have seen Creature Commandos. Like, let's be real.
Yeah.
But it's cool because people are going to want
to. Great. Yeah.
But I feel like I think it's great. We have, you know, I think James Gunn is going to provide what Kevin Feige did for the Marvel universe in TCU. It's very exciting. 100%. What's coming up next, guys? We're at like 2 hours and 30 minutes. I hate to cut it short, but I do have to get up early tomorrow. So
yeah, I do too.
Wrap it up a little bit.
No, you don't.
Let's give. This is such a fun discussion. I want to do more of these after.
We love After Darks.
I love the After Darks.
I'd love to come out. I'd love to come on more. So
you guys are welcome. We'll try to do more stuff. Strange New Worlds is coming back this week, so we're gonna be doing more Star Trek stuff, and so we'll see. But let's just go. I mean, I have nothing else to say except that, like, if you're watching the stream and you're, like, wondering if you should go see Superman, the answer is just go see it.
Yeah.
Like, it's really worth it. Especially like if you can see it with an audience. Like, I think it's just so like,
I've seen it with 3 different audiences, and it was such a blast getting to hear different people's reactions. Like,
I was telling people at work today, it was the exact kind of movie I needed to see. Like, we talk about it till we're blue in the face now, but the world's on fucking fire, man. Everything is so negative everywhere. It's like it was nice to see a movie that, like, still is addressing those issues, but it's addressing them with hope and with empathy. And we were talking earlier how about James Gunn said that, like, the most punk rock thing you can do is care, and it's true. The most radical thing you can do right now in the world is to have empathy.
Is care,
and it's sad that that's considered a radical. That being empathetic makes you radical. That's fucking sad, because it shouldn't be a radical act. It should just be a human act, and that's what the movie reminds you is, like, the most human of all is fucking an alien. And it's beautiful.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah. Guys, what do you guys have to promote or talk about for people to follow you? Fathery, you go first, and we'll go to Manny, and then
remember both Fathery.
Oh, Manny, look at that! You're so popular. People want to bring you back.
All right, Joanne likes you. You're in.
I know.
I co-sign.
Joanne!
Joanne has great taste. Can we all take a moment to applaud Joanne?
Yes. We love Joanne.
I agree. We need more.
But the hearts would pop out for Soho.
Now it's not working. So when you want it,
it's not working. It was working earlier.
It only works when you believe in your heart. Okay,
I do. I believe it.
Your fault. No,
I do believe in obnoxious hearts.
There, look, there's my heart for Joanne.
There you go. Hey. Or is it because I did it? Who knows? I don't have a Mac, so.
But carry on, Father. Carry on.
But if people do want to hear more Superman talk specifically about this Superman movie, then please, by all means, we have a new podcast, a new YouTube channel. We've only done like 14 shows, I think. So please go check out the Supermaniacs. I need to do a better job promoting it. I'm sorry about that. It's kind of like a side project, but I do have a lot of fun talking about my favorite fictional character of all time. So please check that out. We're currently streaming live on YouTube at 6 p.m. Central, and also available on Spotify.
Mondays.
What day did I say?
Mondays. You haven't said a date.
You neglected a day. You just said 6 p.m. like every day.
It is 6 p.m. on Mondays.
Yeah.
And then if y'all want to hear me talk about Star Trek, I do that with Taylor on Fridays at 7 p.m. And
Thursdays, Rachel hosts.
Thursdays,
Thursdays.
Text Trek's universe.
Yeah.
Text Trek multiverse.
Where we frequently also have Joel and Sohel. So, but we'll be covering all of Strange New Worlds weekly with the Thursday first reaction streams hosted by Rachel, and then the Friday deep dive discussions hosted by me with Taylor and Dave. At least for the first week, we'll see how often we can get Dave around. But please, if you want to see Dave on Text Trek, please show up Friday when we talk about the first 2 episodes of Strange New World Season 3. And comment when we're live and just be like, Dave, I'm glad you're here. Please come back for more Text Trek. So he'll like
Dave
to see
into
that.
Coming back.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
Gone keep Dave coming back, I think.
And also watch Rachel. If you're like, man, like I want to check out Text Trek, but I don't like that fathery guy, then cool. Check out Rachel on Thursdays.
Yeah, I host the first reaction stream. Guy. It's very chaotic, but it's a lot of fun.
Sometimes they're on topic.
Really good.
Sometimes, occasionally, we remember what
that's not a knock. That is not a knock.
A real quick shout out to the salon. We have Trev and Joanne who are also from the salon.
Yes.
Check out the salon, which also airs on Thursdays, and it's great.
Yeah, we love them.
I feel like
we try to wrap up Text Trek intentionally.
Yeah, Text Trek should end before the salon starts today.
Yeah, that's
8:30 Central.
When on Thursdays I'm like, the salon is starting. We should go there.
Yep.
Manny, what have you?
I feel like I should also talk about my other podcast before.
Oh yeah, do it. You go
I'm
next.
also on Starfleet Radio, and I'm on the Actual Play podcast, Masters of Mayhem, where we play Mutants and Masterminds 3rd Edition.
You did it.
I did it. I'm drunk, and I said it correctly. Also, Mutants and Masterminds is having
hard.
Like
I say that because it's hard.
A fucking time because they're part of that lawsuit with that company went under that was their distributor and is holding their product hostage.
Oh, good God.
So, like, if you want to support them, they literally have a GoFundMe for their legal defense right now.
Wow. Okay.
Yay, Hellscape Earth.
Yeah, so the Green Ronin is who publishes Mutants Masterminds, and yeah, they're part of that lawsuit and have like hundreds of thousands of dollars of product that they're trying to hold hostage to sell for their bankruptcy things instead of giving it to the people who own it. That I should like shout them out that they're having an issue, and they're very nice to us, so I would like them to be better, like have like nice things happen to them.
And tariffs are destroying the game industry. Yeah.
Yeah, in general, so they don't need another thing.
No, yeah.
Manny, what have you got going on? What are you gonna promote to the audience?
I co-write a comic with my friend Adam called Relic Hunter. This is the first issue.
Ooh,
the second issue is about to come out. It's about a Conan the Barbarian like character, and at the end of this issue, he fighting his nemesis, and they fall into a void in space and time, and they end up in New York City in 1984.
I thought you were going to say fall in love. So.
Yeah, can they fall in love?
And
in New York City, anything is possible.
This is published by 1984 Cosmic Lion Productions. It's an indie comic company. I do some editing for them too, and they have a lot of titles. You can find them online, and there's comics of all kinds, man, and you guys will love it. And recent thing I did is my friend Anton and Anton's actually from Austin. Anton Blake, he's a cartoonist there.
Hell yeah.
You know Anton Blake? Oh, that's cool.
No, I don't know him, but I'm just like I'm just representing Austin.
Yeah.
We went to an indie Comic Con in March called Indie Creator Con, and we made a bootleg Ninja Turtles comic book about Bebop and Rocksteady starting a hardcore band in 1984 New York and playing a battle of the bands against Casey Jones and Raphael, who have a straight edge band.
I've heard about that. I've heard about you, Manny. I've heard about that comic.
The comic is sold out. We printed 150 copies, and it's currently sold out. I only have 2. We're gonna do another printing, so like the art is awesome. You can see the inside. Like Anton killed it. We included a playlist so you can have like a soundtrack, you know, and
there's Agnostic. I was looking for that.
Yeah, Agnostic Front you got on here. You got SSD Control, Minor Threat, Crowd, DRI. It was a lot of fun, man. We worked really hard to get it done, and we're really happy with the reception. And we're gonna print a second printing of it because it is sold out. And we're just trying to figure out how to make it a little different.
That is so cool.
I have 3 copies, and I will send you one. I have 3.
I appreciate it.
I will. Just remind me, and I'll put it in the mail on Monday, man.
That is cool as hell. I love really everything about that, and I have heard about that comic. I'm definitely
somebody did a TikTok, and after they bought a copy at Heroes Con, which is a big con in North Carolina that I couldn't make it to because I got sick, but after that guy did the TikTok, like within 2 days, like we sold everything out. Like Anton's like, bro, I had to go to the post office like 5 times, but this is one of my favorite things I've ever done. I love it dearly. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And then I'm doing some editing for another company called Apollo City Comics, and we're just accepting submissions now for a anthology book we're doing called This Comic Kills Fascists. So you can pretty much figure out what it's about. And if you guys find me on Instagram, my Instagram handle's under my name there. You can see the post for the submission, like where you can submit. So we're actively taking submissions until November, and that book will come out next year. So that's all I got to plug right now.
This is the guy I've known since kindergarten.
Yeah.
Cool. So hell, you know so many of the coolest fucking people I've ever met in my life. Like I've met
So hell's my oldest, dearest friend. He's a brother, not a friend.
All right, stop it. I'm gonna cry. Joel, what have you got going on?
Well, I am often on Text Track, as I was just yesterday, where we did the 4 things we want and the 1 we don't from the Strange New World Season 3, which premieres next Thursday. And yeah, you can tune in, watch that, and find my awesome #1, which we're gonna get because it's amazing and they need it. But and also everything else is just my entire life is just prepping for STLV, which will be at in just.
I wish you could show
weeks.
some of your stuff that you're doing. I've been
I'm so. Will we see you in STLV?
Not this year. I'm so sorry.
You're such a liar. Every year, like, I'll be every year.
I promise I'll come one year.
4 weeks.
God,
Sohail never ventures to Vegas.
He's finally gonna go to one, and it's gonna be one I can't go to.
No.
That was last year. You're already over that. Your nephew's already been born.
I promise I'll coordinate. Is the salon going to?
Are you going to go to the Orlando convention then? Later.
There's an Orlando convention. Are you going to that one?
I'm not because it's too close to STLV. I don't know why they have one so close to STLV.
I could go to Orlando.
Maybe Manny will do something.
Because you're saying the salon. I'm pretty sure. I'm not positive exactly who, but I know some people from the salon will be at STLV.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
But cool. I know off the top of my head.
Joel, I wish you could show what you've been showing on our group chat with your stuff. It's very cool.
According to Trev, will be there apparently. Which I can't wait to hang out.
I'm gonna guess Trev, Stan.
Oh, look at this, Joel. Joel's got a Moopsie in a carrier.
In a little carrier, and I bought him a bone so he can snack. And
I've got. Hello, my neighbors would like to say hi to your Moopsie.
Yes, they make plushy bones. I didn't think they'd exist, but I looked it up. They do. Moopsie eats them. Yep. So.
Cannot wait.
Very nice. Very nice.
I guess this will be a fun thing. Everyone's welcome to join in on this, but some of us will be doing a group costume on Sunday, which is the Arman Bashir people.
Or the Rat Pack.
We're gonna try. I gotta make sure that my my Klingon forehead prosthetic can still glue on, but I'm gonna try to be
no, it'll glue on. That white. Can you get it off? That's the hard part.
That's been my previous experience. Yeah. Jake the Nerd, you need to come say hi to us.
Definitely.
The obnoxious guy with the beard and the backwards cap, and be Father, like, bitch, you told me to say hi to you.
Father, you can carry around like an
effigy from what's it called? It's the guys who are making the ships now. Do the plushie.
Yeah.
Oh, Master Replica.
Yeah, Master Replica.
Fan-Home does the new ships.
Well, both are currently doing ships.
Yeah, it's kind of confusing. I think that's Master Replica.
My plushie is actually a knockoff from Amazon because I bought one on Amazon not knowing
those were better, I think, than the official one.
We have a Canadian friend
who say Moopsie?
I shouldn't say.
There were ones that say that. But.
Okay.
For legal reasons, I shouldn't say who exactly I'm talking about, but we have a Canadian friend that I think at least some of y'all know about who might have possibly manufactured some very good Moopsie products.
Oh, I know who you're talking. MC Frodis, right? I can't say that.
I cannot confirm or deny.
Sorry. Shit.
Operational security violated by Sohail.
Somewhere on my TikTok, there's a video of when I got this because this came shrink wrapped, and it was so funny.
I totally guessed the size of this pet carrier, and it's perfect. Look up.
Oh, that's great.
Perfect. So 3 days of lower decks uniforms, 3 days of wearing Moopsie.
And Kirk holding this bomb thing.
Aww.
That's awesome. So for Starfleet Sohail, we'll be back with discussions that we've already recorded for Strange New World Season 3. So we've got the first 3 episodes coming. It's me and Marcelo. So check those out.
Okay, Marcelo.
We don't know yet what time we're going to do. Maybe you guys can help me out here in the panel. I think we're going to do like Friday mornings because no one does Friday mornings, right? Yeah. Like that's a good thing. Yeah. So,
good.
Yeah. So Friday mornings.
That'd be a good one to go live on.
No, it's not live. They're pre-recorded, unfortunately. Because
when are you taping these?
We've already taped 3, so we're already ready to go. I just didn't know what time slot. I think Friday mornings, guys, is going to be the best thing. Like around 11, I think it's a good time.
Are you going to do a live premiere?
Yeah, so I'll be in the chats and stuff.
It's also
I'll be there this Friday. I can be there. Friday. I don't know about every Friday.
If you do like in the morning, if people are like starting their days, they could like throw it on, which is nice.
That's true. Oh, we have a result for the poll that I ran. So it looks like before we sign off, the poll says here. So, which is your favorite Superman movie? 33% voted for 1978 Superman, and 67% overwhelmingly voted for 2025 Superman. So,
I'm sure Superman there was no recency bias at all.
Exactly. Guys, this has been such a pleasure.
Dark News Oh Hell After Dark, brought to you by recency bias.
Yeah. So the After Dark show was such a pleasure. I really am so glad we had a chance to sit and talk about Superman. I can't wait to go see it again. I'm gonna go see it a few more times, and I'm really excited. So love you guys. Live long and prosper. Well, or I should say, look up. Thanks for coming on. All right. See you later. Bye.